today's episode of CounterSurveil, I uncover the dark side of modern recruitment. How applicant tracking systems, or ATS, are wreaking havoc on the job market. Picture this. You've spent days perfecting your resume, only for it to disappear into the infamous resume black hole. Frustrating, right? Well, you're not alone. ATS, originally designed to streamline hiring, has become a massive barrier for job seekers. By some estimates, up to 75% of resumes are rejected by these systems before a human even sees them. It's like a tech-driven gatekeeper, filtering out potentially perfect candidates based on keyword algorithms and formatting quirks. Now let me tell you about a manager who decided to test this system. Fed up with the inefficiencies, he conducted an experiment. He submitted his own resume, a resume that had landed him his current high-powered job through the company's ATS. Shockingly, it got rejected. If he couldn't make it through his own system, what chance did others have? But it gets worse. A typographical error in the ATS configuration led to half the HR team being dismissed. Yes, you heard that right. A simple, avoidable mistake cost people their livelihoods. The system flagged their actions as non-compliant, leading to mass terminations. This catastrophic error exposed just how flawed and dangerous over-reliance on technology can be. The implications of ATS failures extend beyond individual job seekers and HR teams. These systems can inadvertently perpetuate discrimination and bias, undermining fair hiring practices. Studies have shown that ATS algorithms can be biased against certain groups, filtering out resumes that don't fit a specific mold. This reinforces existing inequalities and stifles diversity within organizations. So what's the solution? The urgent need for human involvement in recruitment is clear. We can't afford to blindly trust algorithms. Human intuition, empathy, and judgment are irreplaceable. It's time to reclaim human resources and navigate the AI-driven job market and great potential. By striking a balance between technology and insight, we can create a more equitable. Hash ATS Human Resources Stay vigilant.
Enough of that crappy AI intro. Hello and welcome to the CounterSurveil podcast. I'm your host, Havoc, here with my co-hosts, Sledge and Altkey. Today, we are going to be talking about ATS systems. What the heck's an ATS system? Who knows what that acronym stands for here? Who read the little brief I put together before we went live?
Dude, I
read the headline and that was enough for me.
I was making a sandwich. ATS, isn't that like the airport thing where they do the traffic control?
No, that's not it. Although that'd be a good acronym for it, I think. No,
technically we are doing an episode on ATS, but this is a different take on it.
All right. We did not do an interview on ATS yet.
I thought we did. The automatic resume review thing.
So we talked on one of the episodes about some people who are injecting AI keywords into their resumes in an attempt to bypass these ATS systems. So I think that's where you're going with it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, that explains it.
So an ATS in this context, right? These are AI assistant, usually applicant tracking system is what it stands for, applicant tracking. And these have really grown like a lot. This year, the market cap for these is supposed to be 3.2 billion. And by 2026, they're estimating most companies are going to be using these to do their hiring. These are AI-powered recruitment tools that are actually going to reject resumes that don't have specific keywords in them automatically without even human review a lot of the time. So, I mean, you spend all this time putting your resume together. Maybe you didn't use the exact keyword they're looking for this role, even though you might be the most qualified applicant. It just doesn't even go to the bottom of the pile. It just gets tossed out before any human even has a chance to look at it. It's pretty messed up.
If HR spells that keyword wrong, like they think it's burp sweet instead of burp sweet, Oh.
It's actually kind of funny because when you look at some of those ATS keywords as a human, it looks like it just looks retarded. Like you've got, hey, Metasploit, whatever, all these NMAT, random tools.
What if they're looking for somebody with Metasploit experience, but you put MSF console in your resume?
Mm. Or if they want someone with Linux experience, but you specify distro without specifying Linux. So you say Debian experience or Ubuntu experience, which we can't be friends if you have Ubuntu experience, but or
Or like,
Arch
can you put
experience.
Nick Star or something?
Nick Star, or yeah. Or even if you have, say, older Linux experience, like a tool that may not be common. So they have a distro list, but you don't make it.
Exactly. And
Just
some of
say
these
you installed Arch.
yeah. So, say I run Arch Linux at home, and I used to run what's the one Manjaro's based on that's really difficult to install back in the day?
God, I know
Oh,
what
no.
you're talking about, but it's similar to
Gen2.
yes, Gen 2. Yeah,
I run Gen2 at home. 'Cause none of that's going to get you past this ATS system here.
and I'm sitting here like, nah, bro, I run Proxmox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
I run
someone asks for
Proxmox.
like virtualization, but they put down VMware. And let's say you're like me and you're running like Raw Dog and KVM over here, or you've got a Proxmox, or, you do obviously have that experience, but they put a capital A in Azure instead of your lowercase Azure or something dumb like that. Well, ATS has just kicked your resume to the curb.
There were actually some cool websites that we talked about last time about this, where you can go through your resume and check for spelling mistakes like that and test it against ATS systems.
Yes.
Can't remember any offhand though.
The people who use Greenhouse, that's one of the top, I think, 10 ATSs out there. They have an actual thing for the job seekers too, that will pre-populate your resume in essentially form fill kind of way. And it works really well on their system. It works okay on other systems. The gist of it being that you only have to type your resume in once, and then instead of having to upload your resume and then manually type in all those fields, it literally just form fills it for you, which is kind of cool.
I like that about LinkedIn Premium.
Yeah, LinkedIn Premium, that's a value I would argue if you're in the job market, but it can also be a difficult balance if you're already not working, spending upwards of like $50 a month to have the good plan there. Can be a bit different.
When you don't have money, you don't have money. But it's worth every penny.
Wanted to meet nation states that are doing job scams, LinkedIn Premium is how you do it.
I've got a couple.
I've tried to actually trick them into sending me the laptops and shit. That way I can, report them and actually like do a full analysis on them because I'm really interested in digging into their stuff. But yeah, I think they just smell the not her. Not her.
When they ask you for your social security number over email, you know something's up.
Yeah.
That is a red flag for us, right? Because we're InfoSec nerds. Your average person might not know. Maybe if HR at this company, who I've never heard of before, who I applied for a job at, is asking me for my social over email, that's a red flag. That's kind of something to be like on the lookout for.
Mm-hmm.
Machine learning models are actually increasingly being used to assess skills, behavior, and even video interviews being done by AI systems. And Gartner is predicting that by 2025, at the end of the year, 50% of all organizations are going to be using these tools. AI-enabled ATS systems incorporate predictive analysis as well to forecast candidates' success and retention rate, meaning that they might toss your resume out because you have a gap in your resume. Pretty messed up. Or perhaps they might look at your resume and say you've been at these companies, but you've only been at this one for 2 years, or you've only been at that one for 3 years. We want somebody who's like at 10 years for their last job and toss you out that way.
What I tell everybody is to say yes to everything to get to the interview and figure it out later.
Yeah, I sure hope they enjoy hiring people who don't exist. Do they have any idea how many tech people have been laid off for more than 6 months or more than a year with the current market? If you're hiring someone who hasn't been laid off during this time, you're probably hiring a college student.
Yep.
I mean, I know some really, really talented people who've been laid off from very high-level positions, out of work for almost a year.
Same. And
A
I know
lot of them,
people have been at their role for like 5 to 10 years that got laid off in this job market decline.
right?
Like,
So like when it comes to this software, I say no bueno. I mean, if you're running a big company, maybe there's some degree of filtering you can do on the resumes with this, but I'd argue you should not be using the auto reject feature where you just put people to the bottom of the pile or no pile
so
at all
story time.
without having somebody look it over first. And
I've actually gotten a job where I was an auto reject. I applied, I got auto rejected. I know it was an auto reject. It was like 30 seconds from me hitting the application button. It was an auto reject, okay? Like there's ain't no way someone read that in 30 freaking seconds. I go to a conference later that evening. I'm just talking to random people, enjoying myself. And some lady
Networking for the
mentions,
win.
you should apply at this company. I'm the hiring manager. I'm like, oh, hey, I got auto rejected for this company 2 days ago. Wait, but you have all the experience. We literally were just talking about this. I'm like, yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened. Yep, went straight through the final interview after that. Yeah, ATS is y'all. But you shouldn't
I've got
have
a
to
side
network.
tangent for AI when we get around to it, but let's continue with the interview resume prospect for now.
Like you shouldn't have to network just to get into a company. That's wasting your time and company time. Like,
well, technically, I've only gotten one job without networking.
I don't think I've ever gotten one without it.
This is the article that kind of
It's like my career started off being drunk as shit at a bar and some creepy old guy hearing us talk shop at the bar being like, hey, you want a job?
Always take jobs from creepy old guys. Life advice, always.
So this article kind of inspired our idea for having this cast. This came up actually as a one of those kind of memes that I saw, and I just right-click Google image search and found the article. And this article actually came out back in September of last year, but it's a pretty good one. And it talks about how an entire HR team got fired after a manager ended up using his own resume to prove their system's just auto-rejecting all candidates for the role. Long and short of this, dude's hiring for 3 months, and they keep telling him, look, we haven't had any qualified applicants put in a resume yet. So he literally modifies his own resume, puts in some of the skills that are needed for this job, knowing that his resume already got him this job. And he's looking to hire somebody who's using Angular. I believe it was Angular. Yep. And it turns out that they put the wrong keyword into their system. They put a version of AngularJS. Now, AngularJS was discontinued in 2010. There aren't too many people out there still developing for something that's been end of life for over 10 years. They were not looking for AngularJS, mind you, though. They were looking for a different piece of software that has the word Angular in there. Right? So because they had automatically put the wrong keyword in their system, everybody's resume was getting rejected for this. So dude goes back to HR. He's like, hey, I've been trying for 3 months. You tell me nobody qualified has put in an application. They're like, nope, not a single person. And then he decided to submit his own resume. And guess what? It turned out it auto-rejected him. Within a minute of him uploading the resume, he got the auto-reject email. So he went to the upper-ups. He explained, HR is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now, I don't know how you get to the upper-ups bypassing HR, but it turned out they ended up replacing all their HR people as a result of this because they were just not doing their job. They were relying on tools to do their job for them, and who knows what they were doing in the office every day if they weren't actually looking at resumes and doing the HR stuff. Maybe they're developing policy. Maybe they're doing other stuff.
I was about to say, you have to play Pokemon with the shinies, okay? Them shiny grinding's going to take a minute.
All they're doing is archiving the rejection emails that get sent out.
The truly infuriating part was that I consistently was talking to them, asking them for progress, and they always told me they had some candidates, but they just didn't pass the first screening process, which was false. So, I mean, this kind of stuff, this is indicative of a larger problem, because I know people who have worked for I know a guy, he set up one of the first sims that NASA ever had. like security incident and event management
boy.
software, right? So like this dude has like 25 years of experience setting up, configuring, deploying different SIM products. And he can't even get a job as an entry level freaking SIM guy. It's insane. And a lot of the reasoning is these systems auto reject based on keywords. They don't look at what you know. They don't do any statistical analysis of this could also mean that. They just reject. Whoa, that's
Echo,
some
Ben.
feedback.
Echo.
Sorry.
I can hear myself.
That's better.
Am I that
Oh,
high?
No,
He'll be
wait.
back.
Did you not share before we start? Dude!
What? What'd I do?
You didn't share your weed? I'm kidding. Kidding. We live in legal states, totally.
It says CAY, not GAY, for anybody who can't see the C on that monitor. Just in case you're curious of what's going on in the background there with Sledge.
Yeah, he's just a little KK.
What are you talking about?
The one that's the
DK, if you don't know.
CAY, very, very large, but the C being half covered up kind of looks like
it's
it also
probably
should say
Yeah.
GAY.
Pretty sure.
It says DK. Shout out to the Acacia strain. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
Hey, that looks like the Civilization font, dude. Which isn't
Dude,
bad.
I
I
love
love
Civ.
Civ.
Dude, we gotta play
I
Civ
tore my
together sometime.
meniscus at one of their shows.
Different Civ, but okay.
I play 5 and 6 myself. Haven't played 7 yet.
I
Dude.
was disappointed in 7. Just keep 5 and 6, dude, unless you want to spiff and Brit it.
Lek mod with 5 is kind of my go-to.
Respect.
Yeah. So when it comes to these systems, these AI systems that are making job determinations, it's indicative of a bigger problem. And I'm not just talking about recruitment with AI. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of companies now are putting AI policies in place. For instance, you might be at a job and they say, yeah, you can use AI on the job, but you can only use Google Gemini and you can't record meetings and you can't do this. You can only use it for these specific tasks, which leads to people violating policy and going and purchasing their own AI tools and uploading company data to those because the policies that they're putting out are too restrictive and people want to use this stuff to get their job done. But at the same time, they also don't want to use like really crappy tools running old versions of OpenAI's ChatGPT 4.
You should
right?
be
For
uploading
instance.
your work data to some
AI
AI that isn't in-house. I'm sorry.
I was actually going
I
to
agree
bring this
1000%.
up because in certain organizations, I've been hearing that emails have been sent out about appropriate usage of AI and how it's allowed, and then certain things that you are not allowed to use AI for. And the things that you are not allowed to use AI for is obvious, right? Don't put client data, PII, stuff like that. But other than that, well, I guess another one of the rules I saw was don't use it as a final conclusion. You have to actually think about it. Don't just copy paste.
Yeah, like that's enforceable. You go over to say Brandon, hey Brandon, before we fire you, you totally thought about this and had something other than Minecraft in your skull, right? Right, Brian?
You
prove
thought
this
about
before
this
the
for a
law,
minute,
Brian.
right?
Like, what are you supposed to do? It's like, how do you prove it without a shadow of a doubt that this employee actually put thought into their job? I mean, well, because AI tosses out slop, but I mean, if the employee's just dumb, I'm sorry.
That's a double threat right there. You've got an underperforming employee, not very intelligent, and reliant upon AI.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a triple threat.
Have y'all ever worked at a job? Because that's like half my coworkers most of the time.
I'm not going to shit on AI though, because sometimes Google don't answer your question.
Now, sometimes Google really don't.
Like Pentest, GPT, Perplexity, any of these AIs, you just ask it a question. It's like, oh, I've been looking for that all day. Thank you. And
there are ways to safely integrate AI into your tech stack where your employees don't have to be uploading all your government secrets straight to, whatever is hot today. Like you can do in-house. You can pull down local models that don't steal your data. There are things you can do. Like, okay, I get it. Training an LLM from scratch is a pain in the ass. It's a lot of data. It's a lot of power. It's a lot of know-how. But no one ever said you had to do it from scratch.
You can take a pre-existing model and add RAG data to it. There's a lot of ways you can take what's already out there and incorporate it into your business, keeping it local. I mean, you don't even really need all that powerful of a machine to run some of the simpler models. Now, some of the shit we did see happening was when that new model came out, which was the distilled model, not too long ago, from China. I forgot the name of it already. But
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
what happened here was people were using this on the internet, and not only did it have an SQL injection vulnerability within some backend stuff. Thank you, DeepSeek. And not only did it have SQL injection vulnerability, but that vulnerability allowed people to see everything that the LLM had been asked. So even if you checked the box that said, do not use my data for training, all those things that you asked it were still stored in the database that they dumped. Meaning if you were asking about some top secret stuff from your company, guess what? All that data got leaked. Not only that, but the training data set that they used to build the thing on was essentially a bunch of scraped web data that is like 40 terabytes of this stuff is freely available for anybody to go download. They also had API keys encoded in there, all sorts of stuff that really shouldn't have been. That the
So
model
are you
doesn't
telling
know.
me an APT that has a financial benefit of attacking the U.S. has leaked all kinds of important data targeted at Americans by overhyping their product and then under-securing and under-delivering? Really?
Dude, you know the way
But
they used to
also-
get your data? They would target companies that wouldn't pay for like Adobe. And they put up these sites like Zamzar, for instance. Not that that one's a bad one, but they put up these websites that would gear and put them in the search results, SEO, that crap. So if you want to convert like PDF to doc, that would be your first hit. And how do you do that? Well, you upload your document and then you can download it as a PDF. Literally, like you could build that in half an hour. And you know how much data you get from all different companies just by being in like the top 3 Google search results for that crap? And like that data you can literally put on your site. Like anything you upload is my property. Nobody reads it. Nobody's expanding on terms of service.
Wait, I think we were
going back a minute.
calling.
Let's go back a minute. You're retarded and you should be fired if you uploaded personal client information to a third party. That's a no-no. And then the other no-no is, yes, they were storing it when they said they were not. So two things can be bad and true at once.
Who would have ever thought China would have lied to Americans? Oh my God, weird. Why would they do such a thing?
And they didn't have to seek too deep to do it.
I'm sure we can all hear the flash sarcasm in my voice, right? Right? Just being sure.
So yeah, these AI tools are not great for the job market. They're not great for job seekers, and arguably they're not good for companies either. Who they are good for are lazy HR people who don't want to do their due diligence and read through a bunch of resumes and just have something that'll auto reject the majority of stuff that comes through. Arguably, if you are hiring nowadays, like I know firsthand because the nonprofit I work with, they were advertising an unpaid internship position, right? They got swarmed with resumes. 90% of them were Indian people looking for a paid internship who did not read where it literally says in big red letters on the posting, this is an unpaid internship. Meaning I had to attend multiple meetings with people looking for a paid internship who were all disappointed. Meanwhile, none of them read even the follow-up email that said this is for an unpaid summer internship. So I get it. I get the need to filter, but maybe, ease up on the controls just a little bit and do a little bit more human hands-on if you are doing hiring.
When we're talking about hiring, budget also comes into play. Hiring people in other countries is always cheaper, and that's what a lot of companies have been doing over the last decade or so.
See, you guys see what I posted that Network Chuck showed about a autonomous AI agent that drives your browser that competes with ChatGPT's $200 tier that can drive a browser. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's Selenium with extra steps.
It kind of is Selenium with extra steps, but the
no, it's part of hotkey with extra steps.
Sorry.
It does machine vision, which is kind of cool. He got it working on a local model with two 4070s, and it's able to identify all the parts of a web page, including like where the search bar is. And he had to
I'm pretty
perform a
good at
task,
that.
which was kind of cool. He told it to go spin up a DigitalOcean droplet. Unfortunately, even his local model made a mistake and spun up 20 of them instead of one.
Oh God!
With his credit card and paid for a year ahead of time.
So tell me DigitalOcean sponsors this product without telling me DigitalOcean sponsors this product.
It might have been Akamai or another one. I could just be conflating them because that's my go-to for cheap VPSs. There's a bunch of them out there.
This episode brought to you by DigitalOcean.
This is a reminder to
out there.
roll your own VPN.
There is a new internet historian video out there called Conspiracy that I want to go check out later. I love that dude. If I'm going to shout out a YouTuber, it'll be Internet Historian. That guy's hilarious. I already shouted out.
I like him a lot.
And arguably, Jack Resider's Darknet Diaries is a good resource as well, and David Bombal, and a bunch of others out there. But speaking of roll your own VPN, I really should, pop that up, shouldn't I?
We said something about DigitalOcean, so now it's time. This podcast is totally sponsored, by DigitalOcean for realsies, y'all. I swear.
I got to give another shout out to Jack, though. I met him years ago. He was on like episode 3, and nobody knew about him. And I was like, "Wait, are you?" He was wearing the Darknet Diaries shirt, and I was like, "Are you Jack?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I traded him some of these wooden token things that I 3D or engraved made for DEF CON to hand out as tokens or whatever. And he gave me a bunch of stickers, shook hands, and it was cool. He's a good dude.
Yeah. And now for a very quick break from our non-sponsor.
Are you tired of using VPNs that are slower than your grandma's gossip circle? Do you want to secure your internet without breaking the bank? Well, I've got the solution for you. Roll your own fucking VPN. First, you'll need to buy a cheap VPS. Don't worry, it's like renting a tiny apartment for your VPN server. Then install WireGuard. It's like setting up a super secure, high-tech tunnel for your internet traffic. But wait, there's more. With WireGuard, you get blazing fast speeds and top-notch security. It's like having your own personal internet ninja guarding your data. Just generate some keys, configure your server and clients, and you're good to go. It's easier than making a decent cup of coffee. So why settle for slow, overpriced VPNs when you can roll your own? Get a cheap VPS, set up WireGuard, and join the ranks of the VPN elite. Trust me, it's worth the effort. Roll your own fucking VPN. It's like DIY for your digital security. Roll your own fucking VPN. Secure, fast, yours.
Woo!
RDP, bro.
Yeah, let's expose 3389 to the internet and just open our routers. That'll be the best way to do it. That's how I'll access my home systems. Sure, everybody else will access them too, but that's fine.
I mean, if you have an enemy, it would be very, very funny to just open up their entire home network to RDP and then walk away and let someone else actually do the dirty work.
If somebody just leaves their router, like if you're on their home network and you happen to notice they left default creds on their router, it'd be a horrible thing to do to somebody. I've
totally never done it. And I totally am not recommending it. That's just sarcasm, I swear. I am a good person.
If you don't leave random ports open to the internet, how else is Shodan going to stay in business?
You could also use a script that maybe uses UPnP to open a port on a different computer than you're currently on.
That is a different issue, yes.
That's a more evil way of doing it.
Yeah.
Wait, Shodan has something that's not a honeypot?
Shodan's great, man. So
Shodan's fun. I got in trouble with one of my old jobs because I was showing people how to look into like web cameras in different countries on their actual network on site. And HR calls me in and they were like, "What were you doing?"
It's like, I'm doing a poke, HR.
And I was like,
back to your ATS.
And I was like, I'm just showing people how to Google dork. And we just ended up on Shodan real quick to make it simpler.
So as
also,
a response,
AI ruined the dorking, and that pisses me off. Sorry.
No, you're good. As a response to this AI bullshit, that's being incorporated into the job hiring process, we now have AI bullshit being generated into the job seeking process, where there are companies that are literally modifying your existing resume on the fly to add in the keywords that these ATS systems are looking for, meaning your HR person who actually finds a resume that gets through this might actually just be getting one from somebody who's using an AI system that's looking at what keywords their system's looking for and adding them into an unqualified person's resume.
Oh,
So this
That
is
is
kind of
an
a cat and mouse
interesting
game.
point. This is interesting because I've experienced this in the last few months. Like, you're going through a recruiter, right? And they say, hey, I need to edit your resume. Send me it in a docx. And they'll go through and edit it to make sure it goes through their ATS systems.
Right.
Yep.
I've
had one tell me to do that.
The same thing with me, where they've actually sat with me on the phone as I've edited my resume, and then told me to submit it to a portal, and it still didn't get through, auto reject. And I'm like, dude, but I had the keywords you told me to. We were on the phone together. He's like, yeah, unfortunately, maybe we can try again, but we got to wait 48 hours. I'm like, why? You're the recruiter.
Right? Okay, so I've had something very similar happen to me. Basically, same story. Only difference is they're like, okay, so send it over to docx. I'm like, I mainline Linux. This job is Linux administration. I haven't touched a Windows machine in 15 years. I don't have docx.
I'm using LibreOffice, bro.
I'm not even using that. I'm just straight up using NeoVim, and because I don't even have LibreOffice, and whenever I need to actually make something work, I'm converting from LaTeX into PDF. So like it's real ugly here.
You just hate yourself, it sounds like. God damn.
You know what I found out recently?
I do. My mental counselor tells me to work on it.
Asking ChatGPT to turn a Word doc into LaTeX works really well, and then you can go paste that right into that online LaTeX OpenLeaf site and have it like just compile that into nice formatted LaTeX for you. Works really, really well.
Anyways,
in case anybody's curious.
Back to that.
Actually, hold on. Can we time out for a sec? What AI are you talking about, Havoc?
ChatGPT alone will work for this. Even like 4.
That does documents?
The older model. Yeah, you can upload a Word
doc.
Documents. Yeah, upload a Word doc and tell it convert this to LaTeX format. It'll convert it to LaTeX.
Oh, cool.
Then copy it. Go to OpenLeaf or whatever LaTeX editor you're using online, and like you just paste it in there and then hit compile, and then you have a really nicely formatted freaking resume.
Cool.
That's a workflow.
Haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, man.
It works really well with parsing out an in-app scan. That was pretty sweet.
Anyways, okay.
Yeah,
we got cut off like 3 times.
That because that's going to result in analysts uploading Nmap scans. Hopefully, redacting first, but not likely.
Hey, when they're internal IP addresses, it's not really identifiable.
Back to Alt key. Who wanted the floor?
So story got interrupted like 4 times actually, into 4 complete total tangents. But basically, TLDR,
Bob.
the recruiter has decided to never work with me again. How do you think you're going to recruit Linux daily drivers, as that was requested on the app, on the job thing, on the job description? They wanted people who daily drive Linux, but your recruiter refuses to work with anyone who does not use docx. That's a bit of a conflict of interest. I'm sorry.
You're not. Technically, you shouldn't be submitting docx's because they can technically edit it on their side, which is.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the recruiter wanted to do.
You still can do that with a PDF, but I
mean, that's exactly what the recruiter wanted to do. I even said, hey, my formatting's not great. Oh, yeah, don't worry. We're just going to completely edit your resume on our side. Okay, sweet, but I still don't use docx, so I don't know what to tell you.
Regardless of the protocol being used, the fact that they want to edit your resume for you raises so many red flags for me. I'm just like, I don't know about this.
Got to put in there that I've been a Windows user for 20 years. Like, don't ruin my rep like that.
Somebody was like, can you add a paragraph of having 5 years of cloud experience? And I'm like, no. And they're like, okay, we got you. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, so how are people who are not going through a recruiter supposed to compete? And how are you supposed to trust
networking.
a
Get good, I guess.
Networking in
sucking.
person, you know.
Yes.
It's a pretty big one, I'd argue.
Have cool business cards.
God, my introvertness hates this reality. Like, we are living in literally the worst possible timeline to be an introvert right now. I have to be adopted by extroverts like Sledge.
I'm going to show. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
me too. You know, it's.
Yeah. Thank you for adopting me at DEF CON, Sledge.
Thanks for hacking my badge. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yours was the only one that didn't crash out of that entire night. Also, I think we
You
lost
guys
that.
will find this kind of cool. So let me share, and hopefully I don't dox myself too hard here.
Docs.
Share screen.
All
All the docs.
Yeah,
It's
I've known all
embarrassing
the
enough that
docs
I'm running
this
a
week.
Windows box.
It's, there's a reason why DocX and Docs are so close together.
So check this out.
I dare you.
yeah.
Go into your URL and type the
This
word
is
or the letter P.
one I like. So I go here. I go get a free webhook on like webhook.site, right?
Yep.
Your audio just went to crap. Can you say it again?
Dude, you're frozen.
I was
I don't
going to
think
say
he's frozen. I think
something.
he's just sitting there.
Wait. What? What?
Oh,
Are we having a miscommunication?
No, we're having a breakdown of technicalities here. Because y'all keep freezing on my screen.
Frank's
I think we're good now.
Bluetooth is cutting in and out pretty good.
Yeah, and his video is like cutting out for minutes at a time for me.
Not for me, just his audio.
Hey Frank, can you tell your FBI agent to like actually just tune into the episode so that they're not taking up your bandwidth?
Yeah, tell him to chill.
Yeah, I literally just connected to a VPN, which is probably why my bandwidth went to shit real quick. Can you see me again now and hear me okay? I'm still on the VPN, but it's now actually connected. So
okay.
Oh, so which VPN is that? This episode brought to you by
Frank using a third-party VPN that he will not say the name of.
Frank, you're supposed to roll your own fucking VPN. I'm disappointed.
So you should be.
Dude.
Check this out. I'm going to create a canary token in a Word doc here. This is a OPSEC fail. Will be what I put in there.
Who actually wants to use a webhook without having to go through one of these sketchy websites, all you have to do is webhook it right back into your Discord. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now I'm downloading this Word document that I have created. Now you can take this Word doc once you've edited it yourself, put anything you want in there. Okay. And as soon as I open this, I'm not getting, at least on my screen, any indication anything's wrong.
Oh, there he went again. All right. So while Frank is intermittent, to the audience, please just use Discord to run your webhooks. Thank you.
Word normally, and it's a blank Word document.
Hey, Havoc, your Bluetooth is just shit in the bed.
Your video is also shit in the bed, dude. This is why you roll your own.
Yeah.
Every time, if you roll your own, you don't have these problems. I have.
But hey,
my own.
Altkey, in the meantime, you were talking about that webhook with Discord. That's interesting.
Okay. So I quite literally have my own Discord server with just me in it that is running nothing but webhooks. It is really, really, really easy to use Discord as a webhook handler. Like, it's so stupid simple. It's ridiculous. All you have to do is make a server, which is completely free. And then it gives you a literal just standing URL that you can hook your crap into. You can have as many as you want.
Show us how to do that sometime.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll also have to show you how to use Discord as block storage.
I barely know how to use Discord in general.
So another thing is making your own Discord bot, like actually rolling your own. pretty easy, all things considered. There are some really user-friendly libraries, both in JS as well as Python, that can take care of basically everything you want to do. So all these combined means just roll your own. Like seriously, roll your own webhook handler, Discord.
So
yeah, that'd be cool. You should do a demo on that one day.
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to. And also, like I said, Discord is block storage. Discord is a C2. I've used Discord as a C2 many times before. Happy to demonstrate.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So by opening up that Word document that I created, we saw a source
Now
IP
you sound
of
better.
my DNS server that I'm using, which is 1111. Luckily, it did not get my actual IP because at the time I had I was running a VPN, honestly. Shitty one, mind you, but at least
should have rolled his own.
Talk shit about the VPN.
The gist of it being by creating this Word document, what I was able to see is when it was opened by somebody and where. Which I'm not saying somebody who's looking for a job should go do this, but it would be a good indication that somebody actually opened your resume. And
there used to be an application where they would put a pixel in your email. I can't remember.
Oh
but
yeah,
it
no,
would tell
we
you
used
if
that
it was opened or not.
That's what we were using for our fishing campaign, actually.
Well, they use it now in Go Fish, but way before Go Fish, there was something that did something very similar.
Oh wow! When my media feed cut there, we lost half our viewers live. They just said, "F this, I'm out. I'm not dealing with AV issues. Not on live stream."
Why did they run away? I thought I was funny.
I mean,
I'm still here. Sludge is still here. Oh.
I didn't see you drop. Whatever.
Yeah, I dropped for a second.
Yeah, you dropped on me too.
But I'm back now. But yeah, that's how you do it. You just go to canarytokens.org, create a Word doc, go to webhook.site, create a webhook, pop it in there. As soon as somebody opens your Word doc, guess what? It beacons out to the webhook site, and you see who opened up the Word doc. Now, there's obviously a lot more evil you can do with a Word doc, but we're not going to talk about what set can do.
Time out. Can you go back to share your screen again? Let me see what that webhook looks like. If I can talk.
Also, I will have to do the hacking with Discord episode.
Yeah, we should.
Can I borrow our Discord server for evil?
Yes, because nobody used it.
Yeah, everyone, we do have a Discord server. It's just no one fucking uses it for anything other than evil.
I can't zoom in enough to see it.
Well, I can. Push.
Push.
So you just go, and you don't even have to create an account. You just create a new webhook. It's going to give you the URL to use. You take this URL, and you go over here. You share this tab instead here, and you create a canary token, and you put the webhook in there. Once the webhook, and then as soon as somebody opens the Word doc, you get a notification here. It'll be a post request, and it'll show where it was opened from. And this is the VPN address, so you don't have to worry. That's not my real IP. But still, it also shows where it was queried from, and that was 1111, which is DNS there. But
that actually raises an interesting question. Do companies watch for shit like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Some do, some don't. And the ones that do, a lot of the times, even if they have HTTPS inspection enabled, they're not going to necessarily see this as malicious. What they will see as malicious is if a Word document is going out to a website and they have CrowdStrike on the computer or a good EDR, it might raise a flag there. Now, I've tried this a couple of times, not on resumes, on actual pen tests where there's like a form upload. One of them was on a real estate management company where I was doing a pen test, and they had a place where somebody could upload documentation for if they had a dog or a cat at their house open to the internet. I uploaded one of these and waited till the next day, and then I saw essentially I saw a webhook going to from Zscaler opening this. So at least they had whoever was opening resumes running Zscaler. But what it did tell me is the version of Microsoft Word that they're using, which is also useful information.
That is useful.
So, there's fun stuff you can do with these. if you are doing a pen test, also looking at somebody's website for what version created the PDFs on there can be useful information if you're crafting a payload. It's a lot of old PDF reader writer software is vulnerable. So if you are going to be trying that kind of stuff and it's in scope, it can be a fun way in. Somebody's dumb enough to open a PDF file, you send them, that's got a malicious payload. And
yeah, you'd be surprised when you hit a 90% success rate. Like, what the hell?
Dude, once I actually popped the sandbox on the Palo and it was running as a real domain admin account. I was analyzing the freaking thing and it ran it and gave me a shell that lasted about a minute. But when it ran it, it also beaconed back the freaking hash of the account. So that was fun.
That's called PDFD's nuts.
I've actually done something like that before. We had this vulnerability where we were able to enable SMB that called back out to the network, and we were able to grab that hash, relay it, and then boom, domain admin, we're done. It was awesome.
Badass.
And then y'all go and get pizza at like total badasses because you are for that.
The most evil thing I've done on a pen test is send my contact on site a malicious PDF that I used to take over his computer. It was in scope. It was literally outlined in the scoping document that I could do that, and I sent him one. And the pretext I used was we were updating the SOW. So it just had a copy of the existing SOW plus like 2 lines, but it was malicious. And he ran it.
That's almost cheating, man.
Not only did he run it, but it was a Word document, and it even warned him with a yes/no prompt ahead of time with like, do you want to run macros? Except we were able at the time to replace what that window said, and it said, do you want to enable advanced security features instead? So he clicked yes on that.
That's borderline cheating, but that's cheeky as shit.
I mean, hey, all's fair in love, war, and pin testing. As long as it's
right.
So,
nice.
All right. So we talked a little bit about this stuff. You guys want to cover the news? We got a bunch of stories we can shoot the shit about.
Actually, I wanted to talk about my initial interpretation of that headline.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I didn't read the article. And when I first read that headline, I was like, oh, a manager comparing his resume to others that he's hiring. So that raises the question of, do managers know what the hell they're talking about when they're trying to manage people in the security industry? And from my experience, it's very rare.
Agreed. I've had a lot of jobs. It's only been one job where I had a manager who was more technically proficient than I was managing me. A lot of the time, I think a lot of the people who are put in charge of maybe managing somebody who's a techie are just middle managers who have no understanding of the technical stuff that goes into the job. And kind of is an issue, I think, in some industries where you have somebody managing maybe a team who doesn't understand the functions of the people on that team, which can result in not only things like projects getting assigned to the wrong person who doesn't have expertise in something, but also just overall mismanagement. Because if you don't understand what your employees are doing, how are you supposed to direct them to do it properly?
Especially when you have organization A, which is your security team, organization B is your infrastructure team, and they're not talking to each other. But infrastructure is managing your applications that security team is trying to secure, but you can't actually do proper scanning because infrastructure team keeps blocking you and nobody's communicating. Like, it just gets ridiculous because nobody knows what the hell they're talking about and they don't know how to communicate these things. So
it's an extremely common issue in our industry where the security team might not have good communication to the infrastructure team and the manager's not willing to bridge that divide. So say you just need to get scanner creds, right? That'll be capable of running, say OpenVAS as an example, right? So you're running OpenVAS, you got to make sure WinRM is going to be enabled on the computer. So you're not running something better like Nessus that doesn't need that. So if you're trying to communicate with your team saying, hey, I need WinRM enabled on these servers so we can do this. We also need an account that will work to log into it. a lot of the times you might just hit a brick wall because they're going to be like, no, we're not going to give you access into our system. If you can't tell there's a vulnerability from the outside in, we are not going to help you. And that could be something that actually shoots them in the foot because your scanner tool might find something like, for instance, Log4j on a system that they were unaware of that maybe you might not see in your initial scan on the box if you're only maybe limiting it to 80 and 443 as an example. But this tool would find as it's running on the box. And there's something to be said when it comes to vulnerability analysis for having an agent also. But if we're going agentless and we're logging into the boxes to enumerate vulns, if they're not giving you an account that's capable of doing that, you might miss stuff. And it's common. And nobody cares.
And then let's say you have a DAST scanner in place. And that's whitelisted. So it's doing all the scanning and all that shit, right? But then you come in with a pen test and none of your IPs are whitelisted and you just get insta-blocked.
Right.
That's a big problem I've seen a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yippers.
Because
whitelisting.
I can tell you a story
internal.
a couple years ago, I found this application where it was like enable FTP to transfer files to upload to this server, and I was like, no fucking way. So I enabled it and tried to see if that port was open, and one of their security devices caught me because I wasn't in covert. I was just like, fuck it, I just assumed I was whitelisted. But I guess not, and it just completely cut off my access, and I couldn't do anything for 2 days.
I've had a WAF kill scan, and then they blacklisted the IP I was scanning from, and then I literally just used third-party VPN to complete the scan. By the time they were able to fix
your
it,
own? Dude, roll your own.
Yeah, in my case, it was VPN over a VPN. It's weird.
You did the double encapsulation.
Pretty much.
Dude, you only have to wear one condom, my man.
No, you got to use the hefty.
Freaking hefty bag on that.
This episode's sponsored by Hefty.
Yep, Hefty, here to maintain all your heavy loads.
Quit beating yourself, Havoc.
Wow.
Hey, look, at least I didn't tell the joke about the plastic bag.
The holes in it?
Oh, no, this one's better. So, I'll go ahead and tell it because y'all have induced it with your curiosity. This was one my mom actually told me of, like,
oh boy,
for prom night. So her generation was just feckin' savage. But she told me this one about kid my age. He's about to get laid. He goes into Walgreens, gonna get himself some condoms. He's gonna do it safely. Good on him. He gets to the cashier, and the cashier asks, "Do you want a bag for this?" He responds with, "Nah, she ain't that ugly."
Wow.
And I have stole that one ever since.
He should have been like, "You got a paper bag?"
So, yeah, paper one. I don't want to kill her, but it's like, no, man, paper bag ain't gonna work. You're gonna need that force flex.
You're gonna need some tension.
I thought you were gonna go in a different direction with that one, but that worked out pretty good. Yeah, guys, ever see this one from House? This is this is pretty freaking funny.
Couple weeks
While
ago,
that loads, I could go in a way different direction.
Jake's
Dead
not
girls
into
don't
rubbers,
say no.
so I got on the jelly. You think I'm allergic or something?
You have an infection.
Hey, I remember
You
this
need a sample.
episode.
I brought the jar.
No, I meant a sample of your. Okay, we have a neurological problem here.
There's something wrong with my brain?
Oh, yeah. Cover yourself up. Got what I need.
Yep. At least there's no My Little Pony in that jar.
Man, that sounds like a good sandwich, though.
Yeah, good, man. man. I don't need how SimD tell me my brain's already busted. Like, I know that. I don't have to pay someone.
So last week we already covered that that $1 billion crypto heist.
Havoc's just like, let's move on now.
Let's move on.
He's like,
UK medical stuff, another data breach. UK private healthcare giant HCRG, formerly Virgin Care, was hacked by Medusa. And they lost 50 terabytes of stolen patient data, including personal information, medical records, financial data, all of it released on the open internet after they refused to pay the ransom.
Lovely.
Wow.
Again.
Stretches to prevent ripping. What are we preventing ripping here?
Well, I mean, have you ever tried to cram 10 terabytes of data into a bag, my dude? I don't know where your
actually, I'm doing that as
minds.
I'm actually doing that as we speak. I'm kind of surprised my bandwidth is working so well.
We have a U.S. soldier trying to sell hacked AT&T and Verizon data to a former government. This was a data breach of UK data in the realms of billions of AT&T and Verizon phone logs. This was prosecuted by some U.S. prosecutors here. As a former U.S. Army soldier who also worked at a telco, he pled guilty. He was a flight risk and was remanded. Jesus, how the hell are former soldiers selling? Why would it be a former soldier for one? But it just sucks. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen, so you guys are probably like, "Where the hell is he getting any of this crap?"
I was honestly.
Why none of you say nothing?
It was kind of funny to watch you talk to yourself.
Some of these
all
news
day.
stories, though, I swear we've heard them a dozen times over the last in our lifetimes. We've heard it over and over and over. Yeah. Ransomware, freaking file leaks, like it just happens every week. It's
23 billion credentials stolen by InfoStealer malware. This one, alien text-based stealer logs, around 493 million unique websites and email address pairs. Not a bad haul for a data breach.
I want the dump if anybody has it.
Well, this is what they actually used to access the Snowflake stuff. So this is how they got in the first place. The same data breach creds. MFA everything. If you're not MFAing everything, you're retarded. And Qlin ransomware gang.
It's not a silver bullet though. Keep that in mind.
Right, it's more like a bronze bullet. Especially if you're using your phone, like don't, like for real.
The SIM hijacking is freaking real.
Mm-hmm.
They bypass my 2FA.
If you are trying to do an MFA exhaustion attack, as a pen tester, mind you, the best time to do that is whenever they're logging into their system for the day in the morning. So if you know somebody maybe has to be at work at 9 o'clock, about 9:02 would be a really good time to try and run those credentials and see if they're dumb enough to just click the yes button.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about SIM hijacking. My phone literally got stolen from T-Mobile. They took over my entire identity.
Yes. Look, session hijacking is an issue. One, you shouldn't be MFAing shit to your phone. It's
session hijacking. It was literal SIM hijacking. They had my SIM card, which had all my 2FA stuff on it. So I couldn't log into anything until I got a hold of T-Mobile, got my phone number back, and was able to reset everything. And I raised a fucking kerfuffle about this. And there was a lawsuit about it because you have to opt in to a PIN security for your SIM card. It's
so
you have to opt into it. It's not by default. You have to opt in for a PIN.
You know it's really, really bad when Sledge says kerfuffle and not raising hell. That's how you know he's really pissed.
Oh yeah. Sorry about taking over your phone that time, Sledge. No,
dude, I was screaming it. I gave a talk at a middle school about this, and I was like I was heated. Like I was like yelling at these kids. Tell all your parents, go opt into PIN security with your cell phone provider.
That was actually there was something recent in the news about that also, where they could have had that enabled on I think it was a government system, but they chose not to, and they got breached as a result. Like everybody lost their freaking data. They weren't enabling that SMS. That option within their telephone provider to protect SIM transfers by adding a PIN to it.
Yeah, they just take your phone number and do whatever the hell they want with it.
Yeah. We saw Celebrite cutting off Serbia after weeks of abuse, where Serbian cops were caught red-handed using their phone unlocking tech to break into the phones of arrested individuals to plant spyware. Amnesty International caught this. Also, they caught the cops doing it again to 2 other people. Celebrite said they were shocked to learn about how their technology was being abused.
Oh, please, Celebrite.
And they put out a statement about how they had to cut Serbia off for abusing their technology.
They got caught.
In unrelated news,
They're not
Google
sorry.
then
They're not. They're just sorry they got
30-day
caught.
bugs. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Evelyn.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, heated because again, fucking Celebrate. But no, don't tell Celebrate. Celebrate ain't sorry. Okay, first off, this is Celebrate's entire MO. Okay, they do not care. They're sorry y'all got caught. Okay, they ain't sorry
They're
for their
sorry
own
for the bad
actions.
PR.
Yeah, they're sorry for the bad PR. They're sorry that Serbia could not have any form of discretion in this. But as someone who has dealt with Celebrate in the past, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let me just tell you, they would have done the same thing.
I might know a guy that found one that fell out of the back of a truck one time, and that was pretty fun.
Yep, that's totally how you got it.
If
Totally
they're
the same
only
way I
supposed to
did.
be sold to law enforcement, why does the guy at the mall who replaces the screen on my phone have one? It is my question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have you ever, guys? Have you ever told a cop to keep a secret? Okay, that's why the guy at the mall has one. You're welcome.
The Belgian prosecutor's office is investigating a breach of state intelligence agency VSSE by Chinese hackers in Belgium. These hackers were able to exfiltrate something like 10% of the organization's incoming unclassified emails by a bug in Barracuda. They hacked the email filter itself. So that's pretty funny, arguably, that they hacked the actual spam protection feature. And we're listening.
I forgot Barracuda was a thing. I haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, is proof point or bust, I guess, right? New Zealand firm blames researcher for company's own leak. Teammate app is a New Zealand-based firm, claims a security researcher criminally hacked its database. Just one big problem. The researcher had the receipts and showed the company had a huge self-owning data exposure from one of its internet-connected databases that wasn't protected with a password. Instead, taking the L, they decided to blame the researcher.
Are they trying to say there's a non-criminally hacked then?
So the TLDR on this is they tried to blame the researcher who brought it to their attention. Meanwhile, because this database was publicly exposed, it had already been downloaded by other people. So when he tells them, hey, you have this problem, they're like, researcher hacked us, and we have the logs to prove it. Unfortunately, researcher also kept receipts, and, that's kind of the gist there.
This is the exact same story of that other guy that was on last month, I think.
That was 3 months ago.
3 months ago? Man, how long have we been doing this?
Almost a year, Sledge.
Dude, it's been a minute.
Crap.
Like, when did you recruit me again? Like, when did I hack your badge?
That was DEF-CON, so that's summertime.
Yeah.
So
we're
almost back to summer,
damn
Sledge.
Story. And now I'm curious as, was this AWS or how are they exposing this data?
Well, luckily for you, we can click into the story and go
Is it
there
like an S3 bucket or something?
We'll find out very shortly. So, Teammate app sent out a notification to his clients, yada, yada, yada. A few points about disclosure. There was a brief period where there was an open port for the internal debugging and data verification purpose.
So it was an insider.
Open port to the internal. no DMZ. Queries by Binary Edge for the teammate IP show the brief period the company mentions was 2.5 months. So it is an open, and it's
Zoom in a little bit.
Mongo
Hey, Sledge.
database.
Zoom in.
Sledge.
Zoom in.
It was an open MongoDB.
Oh,
God damn it.
Hey, look, it actually from the service there actually shows that admin config, local, and tests were enabled. That's pretty cool. I like this.
All right.
All
right. Fire the intern.
Yep. And by that I mean fire the intern to cover up the fact that it was you who left this open because no one would give the intern those creds.
Anybody connecting to the tables had read and write privileges for 2.5 months.
Good God.
2.5 months. Hey, Sledge. So when did you recruit me again?
What was that? What was that all?
So when did you recruit me again?
We keep talking over each other. What was that alt key?
When did you recruit me again? Because that's about the same amount of time as this has been open.
Oh, yeah. It's been about a year.
So a brief period. Did you hear that? A brief period?
Very, very brief.
Yeah.
It was only 2.5
brief,
months.
only a year.
Where their internal database was exposed to the entire internet with read-write permissions. Yeah, and blame the researcher who tells you. That's a smart way of going about it.
Wait. That was exposed to the internet?
The entire internet. Yeah.
But totally the researcher's fault. Totally.
It's his fault for telling them.
How dare he tell
us? Yeah, they tried to blame the researcher, and
don't make me pull my head out of the sand, damn it.
The researcher criminally hacked our database, is what they said. That's just messed up stuff. But it happens. Nobody wants to be caught with their pants down, and it's easier to shoot the messenger, I guess.
They had their pants down for a year. You'd think at some point they'd get off the pot and pull them back up. Fucking hell.
Or at least fuck something.
I like the way he worded this one. 4 out of 5 eyes don't recommend Kaspersky. Australia has now become the latest.
Amen.
Oh, man. That was the antivirus virus for real right there.
Yeah.
Russia will get all the other malware off your computer except the one that they control.
I still like McAfee when he made that whole video about how to uninstall his own software. I love that.
Yeah, with the cocaine and the
guns and the strippers.
That was pretty epic. Sticking with Australia for another minute, one of their largest IVF providers, Guinea, was hacked and experienced a huge data breach amounting to almost 1 terabyte, claimed by the ransomware gang Termite. And they published some of these files on their site. They compromised the patient management system over there, so privileged healthcare information on the internet yet again. And building access control systems for exposed to the net. Dozens of apartment buildings across the U.S. and Canada are running Hirsch-made door access control systems connected to the internet, but using the default password it's shipped with. These default credentials are still a thing and allow anyone to access all the building locks as well as elevator controls. And I'm pretty sure my old apartment building used this exact freaking system.
That's ridiculous, but not surprising at all.
They will soon fix the bug. So that means for a limited time only, if somebody's running one of these systems in a building you want access to and you're a bad guy, don't do it.
But it's like you're installing an elevator. Hey, reset your password. Who's going to do that?
Admin, man. Let's expose it to the internet with admin. Tower dumps ruling.
Well, why is it exposed to the internet in the first place?
Because reasons, man. Reasons. Also, I should probably have switched back to this story. Oh, look, they got a nice little, you can unlock the door right to the main entrance right from your phone. Right from the web management interface that's publicly exposed.
Yeah, you can get to that web.
Good idea.
Yeah, unlock
so it's
the
kind
elevator.
of like Nest. You can access it from anywhere.
These things should not be forwarded to the internet. If anything, they should be using a zero trust solution. If they're going to be off-site, run it kind of like a VPN internally. Only people who need access to it would have access to that. Run it through Zscaler. Run it through something other than like port forwarding it to the internet. Arguably, I imagine the manufacturer did not tell them not to forward it to the internet, so maybe that's their own fault. But they're also running default creds. If anything, once you log in as a preventative measure, it should make you change default creds. Arguably.
Yes. To be fair, this isn't a bad idea, but the default creds is super bad. But the idea of having it, because I akin this to like a Nest device, right? You can control the temperature of your house when you're away from your house. This way you can monitor your elevators, your locks, whatever, when you're not in the facility itself. But having default credentials and not forcing you to change that password, that's bad.
Indeed. So this is only dozens of these, thankfully, across the US and Canada that are forwarded to the internet. Now, arguably, if you're on a local area network during a test, though, and you come across a Hirsch-made door access control, even though they are going to be pushing a fix for this bug, that doesn't mean that they're going to be applying said fix to each of these places and going into the management interface and uploading a new firmware version to fix it. So that's also a thought if you're doing a pen test and come across one of these.
They're like, screw it.
Federal judge in Mississippi says the law enforcement use of tower dumps, where large swatches of data from cell towers are grabbed and analyzed for criminal activity, is unconstitutional under the Fourth Amendment. Why did it take the judge from Mississippi to say this? Why was it for like 5 years everyone was okay with Google just allowing any police department to do a geofence warrant and not saying a damn thing about it? But anyway.
What does tower dumps mean?
So it's where they take the data from a cell phone tower of all the phones that are connected to.
Oh, okay. All right. Say no more.
And then
I follow.
If crime happened in this area and we want to triangulate who was there, this is how we figure out who was in the area at time. Google does the same thing, as does Apple. Except Google for the
Google
longest
already
time.
got sued for that shit.
They were dumb about it because they didn't even ask for a warrant. They were just cooperating with law enforcement without asking for a warrant. 24 reasons not to use stalkerware. This time it's Spizy, which is a third variant of Coco Spy. Shares a common bug that allowed a security researcher to access 500,000 email addresses of Spizy customers who use the service to snoop on the phones of somebody else. So who's going to be snooping on you? Well, you're snooping on somebody else. Apparently, this security researcher.
Today, I learned that's a thing.
Roll your own.
Into that.
This stalkerware is the 24th phone monitoring app since 2017 to have been hacked. So maybe if you are thinking about spying on somebody who you care about, don't install this crap on their phone to spy on them, and maybe just develop some trust. Just as a thought. Because you're not only exposing them.
Be a normal human being.
But if you're not going to be a normal human being, which, let's be honest, if you've gone far enough to look into what Spizy is, you're not a reasonable human being. Let's have a counter argument, okay? How much is one of those Apple Tag things?
So hang on. There's an interesting question here. Interesting topic. Like, at what point do you not trust someone to where you start to feel like you need cameras and to put PI stuff on somebody's phone or
so I'll just come out and say it. Bitches be cray. Bitches be cray. I'm just gonna say it. Have you ever dated a paranoid girl? As a girl who has dated paranoid girls, there you go. That's your market. Bingo.
Absolutely, yes.
That would probably be your best vertical to target for sales.
But at the end of the day, there's a level of morality where you got to cross that line. It's like, where do you breach that line of trust versus actually where I would consider it spying and a breach of privacy?
Sledge hasn't looked at his phone yet and figured out why there's 2 calculator apps.
But I'll be honest. There's a reason why I say don't stick your dick in crazy, and this is one of them. All right.
Don't let crazy stick in you.
doing things like messing with their ex's Netflix account and killing the queue of shows they want to watch, or hacking into the Nest thermostat at their house and making it 100 degrees in the middle of the night. These are
making their electric bill go up like a motherfucker.
Turn their emergency heat on when you know they're on vacation with some chick on Facebook. I've actually got someone asking me if I could do that for them the other day. The answer is no. If you're watching this, I am not hacking anyone's Facebook or taking any advice from that. Thank you.
That's a meme at this point. Will you hack my Facebook, or will you hack my ex's Facebook? It's really kind of become an internet culture phenomenon of, somebody figures out what you do for a living, and that's like the first question they ask you is like, oh, you're a hacker. Can you hack into my ex's Facebook account? It's like, no, I can, but I won't.
I mean, we don't even need the Facebook anymore. We got the NPV data breach.
There you go. That's got everybody's info on it. That reminds me, we got to toss that into an elk stack so we can parse it easier at some point.
Yeah.
And you never responded when I asked what the damn file name was, Sledge.
Oh, shit, I forgot. I'll send you the URL. I actually have it. It's searchable and everything.
Oh, even better.
Damn it, Sledge.
We got a happy corner here of a kitty on keyboard. Gotta love kitties on keyboards.
Kitty.
He's asleep, and the Z key is playing, which is just epic at that point.
And speaking of kitties, Sledge, where did your cat go?
I don't fucking know.
And I would just like to know how the heck this digital sign managed to render the command prompt window at that pixel rate. Like, that's impressive, because those things are hard to program to begin with. Delchai has one of those in his apartment that he uses to read like Twitter messages. And the fact that this thing crashed and it has a command.exe/k.
We don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Jesus,
like, at all.
Why is that not on the stage anymore? Who took it
there
off?
We go.
So you were talking about cat, but not showing me the cat.
Oh, well, why didn't you guys say something before, man?
Again, it's just
fell
funny to
asleep on
watch you talk to yourself like you're crazy.
And then Z. And then command.exe.
The system cannot. I also cannot. I understand.
No smoking either.
Please do not lick the walls.
I understand. System. I also cannot.
Do you remember that Windows XP error message that said error message cannot display error message or something like that?
I got that thing a few times.
And finally, last but not least, Microsoft's finally retiring Skype on May 5th after
Thank
2
God.
decades in operation. But that ringtone will live on forever in Teams.
How else
Can
am
we
I
kill
supposed
Teams
to
next?
ransom? I mean, nothing.
Oh, man.
I fucking hate Teams. Can we kill Teams next?
I think we could probably kill Teams if we put our heads together. But we probably want to get a better alternative for our
So Teams just uses Squirrel, and that's all you need to know to get a shell. You're welcome.
Dude, there's nothing more anxiety-provoking than that dun, dun,
Okay.
sound in the middle of the day. It's like, no!
One thing I did back at DEF CON was I took a little Bluetooth speaker with me, and anytime I saw someone who looked like a Fed, I'd get up next to him and play the Teams ring. And just watch them have like a full episode.
So me and Havoc were talking about this earlier. Dude, you should totally throw that into that AI real quick and see what it comes up with.
Yeah, I'll do that, man. I'll make a Suno song with the Teams freaking sound in the middle of it.
I was saying, make a hardcore song about XYZ, but make a breakdown with the team ringtone. I just ran out of credits.
Dude, I have a paid account and I gave you access to it. Why are you
I know. I haven't had time to log back into that thing to get all the stuff. Hey, man, when you're 2 people on a team that requires 25 people, you're a little busy.
I mean, I guess yeah, okay, that's fair. We only have so many alternate personalities after all.
Listen, Mr. Robot does not come out of his cage, and that's a rule.
That is very kinky, taken out of context, Havoc. I don't know why that's where my brain immediately went, but here we are.
I like it. Let's
well, there's an obligatory giggity here somewhere.
I'm about to say, I don't know why I just thought of BDS Mr. Robot, but here we are, and of course he's a bottom. I swear I'm calling it. Okay, look, after the microwave scene, y'all gotta agree with me.
You know, I think it's time for another message from our sponsor.
Yep. Let's do that.
Yep.
Oh, you want to protect your precious data from the prying eyes of your ISP, the NSA, and your nosy neighbor? Well, good luck with that. But if you insist on not being a sheep, roll your own fucking VPN is the way to go. First, go buy a VPS. Don't worry, it's not like you're renting a server to host your illicit activities. Or are you? Then, install WireGuard. It's like setting up a secret underground bunker for your internet traffic, but without the risk of being raided by the feds. And the best part,
if you want to do
you get to deal with all the fun of configuring your own VPN.
Snap out of
Who needs user-friendly interfaces when you can spend hours debugging config files? Just generate some keys, set up your server and clients, and voila! You'll be encrypting your traffic like a pro. Or, you know, like a script kiddie trying to hide their torrenting habits. So why pay for some overpriced VPN service that's just going to sell your data anyway? Roll your own fucking VPN. It's like DIY for your digital paranoia. Trust me, it's a blast. You'll be the envy of all your friends who are still using public Wi-Fi without a VPN. Losers, roll your own fucking VPN. Secure. Fast. Pain in the ass.
Okay, thank you for cutting me off there, because I said I'd behave this stream, but here we are.
I'm not drinking Pedialyte because I'm hungover. I just like it.
Only Pones.
Dude.
Only Pones is a different channel.
Yeah, Only Pones is a different channel. I keep forgetting I have to remind y'all that we charge extra for Only Pones. So please come subscribe to our premium cast, Only Pones.
Oh, is that what we're going to use that for? We should maybe put another podcast together. So we also wanted to get some feedback from people. We do this on Mondays, all right? When I was with Iron Geek, we did it on Wednesdays. We did this on Mondays because we wanted to accommodate a friend of ours who unfortunately has not been able to make the cast as much. What day the hell should we do this, man? So Sledge votes for weekend, I believe.
I was saying bonus episodes on weekends, but definitely not Mondays because we're all trying to get our shit together with our day jobs.
It's like, dude, I got a case of the Mondays. All right, like me and Mondays just
Because like Wednesdays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, any of those days would be perfect.
Yeah.
The CounterSurveil podcast may contain content related to hacking, cybersecurity.
Damn it, Sledge.
I didn't do it.
Don't tell me it's our friends at Anon, quote unquote, hacking back in again.
Yeah.
That was a good
I'm going to slow clap for that one again. That was good.
Hilarious.
That was a good little. I think the timing was just perfect on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could have.
Yeah, you fucked up a good conversation.
That's the point.
That was hilarious.
And I dropped everybody one at a time, which was just the best part until Evelyn was there. And then she's like, "What?" And then pop, you're gone too.
We saw you pop in. I was like, 100% that's Frank.
Yeah, like we all knew it was you, but oh my god, that's still hilarious.
That was good. I gotta clip that out of the podcast and just make that a short because that was hilarious.
Yep. Also, if we're going to be advertising roll your own fucking VPN, we need to have an episode on how to roll your own fucking VPN.
You mean they can't Google it? No, wait. Altkey, you can put a malicious script up on your GitHub for people who want to roll their own VPN.
I could show you how we have my SSO and VPN and WireGuard shit set up for my server rack.
Do it. Show us your config file too.
I can't do it like right now, but like
he's got to redact that shit. But yeah, that would be a good one because like if we're advertising, roll your own fucking VPN. I mean, it's super easy. Okay, I even just most of the time just use one of the WireGuard auto deploy scripts. It's 3.5 minutes from me spinning up the DigitalOcean instance. And by that, I mean pushing the button. It's not even completely spun up at this point. It's just literally pushing the button to using WireGuard. 3.5 minutes.
And then It depends on what you need too, because sometimes ngrok works. A lot of times NetClient works, but it kind of sucks compared to WireGuard. I would choose WireGuard over NetClient.
Yeah. Now,
all
naturally,
day.
as a Linux user, WireGuard is very well supported, but for Windows users, well,
You keep saying
Um,
NetClient. Are you talking about Netcat? What's
No,
NetClient?
it's called NetClient.
I'm not familiar with NetClient. What the hell is that? Is that another VPN?
It's basically it's kind of like WireGuard, but slightly different. It's basically the same thing.
Nah. I know OpenVPN has got a lot more transport overhead and is now kind of, I would argue, depreciated in the security community. It's still a viable alternative, arguably, but if I'm going to set up something new, I'm going to use WireGuard over that nowadays.
like I could only see using that if you're running a particularly dated instance of Windows, which you may have really spotty WireGuard support. But if you're running 10 or 11, just run WireGuard.
Have you guys ever played with ngrok?
I
It's
personally
kind of
have.
it's kind of like a SSH hack kind of thing, like forwarding ports, but over a VPN. So you can basically get, let's say you have Burp Suite on a remote system that you need the GUI access to or whatever. ngrok is your tool for that. It works really well.
I usually just use SSH port forwarding for that kind of shit, but that's kind of cool.
I mean, if you don't have a VPN, ngrok works. It spins it all up for you.
Okay.
It kind of sounds like a tool you would use to search through text just based on the name. But
Yeah, because
something similar, kind of similar, sort of in the same vein, would be like Magic Wormhole, where it'll punch a hole and share through a VPN, share files between computers without exposing them to the internet directly.
I don't know why I thought that tool was going to be something completely different.
yeah, I thought you were talking about regular wormhole, which will light up your IDS like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, I think that's what I was
Oh, it
thinking.
will for sure. I've been caught a few times, but
You got caught on my pen test using it.
Oh, hey, we got a comment from the audience that y'all are going to want to read. So,
Oh, comments. I like comments. So, ngrok is used for web devs to create a hole in the firewall for testing undeployed websites.
correct. But you can use it for other things.
probably to hack undeployed websites, and has been used by red teamers to do the same.
Yep.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you, Luke. Luke was cyber research there. Thank you, Mr. Luke.
I see somebody has a fork bomb. I mean nothing.
Those don't work.
I mean, if you're dumb, yes.
I saw a new one that came out like last month. I was like, holy shit.
I mean, they're not that hard to do. They're just any kind of thing that's going to infinitely eat up resources and fork itself ad infinitum. So,
the hardest part these days is getting someone dumb enough to copy and paste that into their console.
Just put it in a GitHub script and
toss it in a GitHub script. Become a trusted contributor, and then just pop it in there.
So I have done that to my students multiple times in order to teach them, hey, lock down your freaking GitHubs. I mean it, like for real. It's always funny. It's like, so how did your project go? Fuck you. Okay, I see you have
something S-bombs.
something. Y'all just ran code and that had just you approved the merge. You're the one who approved the push. You approved the fork, and y'all just ran it without double checking it.
Yeah,
that's on you.
Right there.
That would be fun. Be an established developer and just start contributing to random GitHub projects and put fork bombs in there and see what happens.
That would teach them to start locking down their shit. I wonder if that's out of scope. Hey, on our next test, can y'all make sure that that's in scope for me, please? Thank you.
Will do. It's an awfully specific thing to have in the scope, but we'll word it vaguely enough that we can get away with it.
GitHub security. Just put in GitHub security. You'll be fine.
Pushing code to ensure that developers are auditing changes properly.
Yeah, and
Is,
that change management is like actually in place.
Making sure the CI/CD pipeline is functioning as expected.
And you got to make sure the desktop background changes to a sandwich saying this is not ransomware, but fix your shit.
No, it's just gonna be Rick Astley holding a sign that says this could have been ransomware, but instead we're actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
I like the Wi-Fi thing that the couple of different programs can do it, but that framework that's very popular on the Flipper right now. I
Momentum.
forgot what it's called.
Rogue
I forgot the
Master.
name of it.
Wi-Fi is the big one on Cali
Wi-Fi
these
Marauder?
days.
I'm not talking about any of those, but thank you for the suggestions. I forgot what it's called. Doesn't matter. But the
It's
gist
going
of
to
it
be
being,
based on aircraft regardless.
Yeah.
most of them are. This just tosses up a bunch of hotspots with the lyrics to "Never Gonna Give You Up." So like 01, never gonna give you up. 02, never gonna let you down, and it literally floods the Wi-Fi. So there's nothing else you can see when you go to connect to a Wi-Fi, other than that list of those repeating. It's great.
Nice. Man, we can do a whole episode on Flipper. I got some ideas for mine.
And
those-
y'all
Dude, I
do
can't
know
even
I
find
have
my
good
Flipper.
qualities.
I've got two of them.
Dude.
One of them's disassembled, and the other
Dude, why? If you can't find your flipper, why did you reach over to find your flipper when I was making suggestions?
Because that version of it is the one that's disassembled.
Okay,
And
that makes
like I
sense.
have pieces of it all over the freaking bench over here.
So,
But-
y'all know I make flipper utilities, right?
No, but I
So
got.
then I want to ask you something.
this.
Let me pose you a question, Altkey.
Okay,
I want to use those GPIO pins, right?
right.
But I want to use them to tie into my home automation system, and I want it to turn my TV on and play YouTube playlist, which is a problem because I use Alexa, obviously.
Yep.
Alexa,
Does
stop.
your TV remote work for infrared? Because we could do it over IR.
Yes. So here's the conundrum. I can't say the name anymore because it's going to start going off, but using this home automation system, it only takes playlists from Spotify and Amazon Music. You have to set up your own server, upload your own music or videos to have it play. And I have it playing on an Echo Show to wake me up in the morning because it's the only goddamn freaking alarm clock I can find that's loud enough to wake me up. But I got this cool idea of like, I could probably tie the flipper in to turn my TV on, cast it to that, which is connected to 4,000 watts of subwoofers and 16 speakers that are pointed at my bed. So
Yeah,
that would be freaking cool.
you're a heavy sleeper. I get it. Can
Why
I
have you
borrow
not
some of
just
that?
set up a freaking Home Assistant yet, man? You got a bunch of Raspberry Pis laying around. Just toss
So,
it on one. It
in
lets you do all this
theory-
shit so much easier.
You should
just-
be able to
It's
use
just turning the
GPIO.
TV on is the problem.
In theory, if you were able to integrate send signal to GPIO then signals connection to run.
Yeah, that's the idea. Is use the
That's
flipper
actually
to turn the
relatively
TV
simple.
on.
This is a
have
IR
no issues.
blaster for the flipper. This would also, if you're always going to keep your flipper in the same place for this, you could do that.
Yeah,
Alternately,
I only have 3, so I could probably spare one.
So, like for
FLIRs are
example,
kind of cool. They're
um,
receivers.
I could see that working. Like it'd go like Alexa, play Baby Shark, and then it'd sing the signal over.
Shut
and...
up.
Just
Damn it,
ghetto
almost.
the whole thing. Alexa,
ghetto
play
as
Baby
hell,
Shark. Max volume. Somebody out there is cursing right now. just for those on a different ecosystem. Hey Google, play Baby Shark. And then
You remember
My
back in
phone
the day
doesn't
where
do
you
it.
could say, "Hey Google, tell me your Wi-Fi password," and
Yeah.
it would work.
the good old days.
Good old days. My personal favorite was, "Hey Alexa, order 55 of the thing I ordered last."
Dude,
You remember the
somebody
chaos
tried
when there was
that.
that commercial where the guy in the commercial said, "Hey Alexa, order," and then it added it to his
It was
cart, and then it
It
happened.
was a bunch of
live.
Barbie dolls or some shit.
Mhm.
It's great.
Classic.
Best advertising campaign ever for those people. Every time that
Mhm.
commercial played, they made a sale.
Some dude tried that at my house. He tried to order like 500 dildos and put it on my cart, but Amazon stopped it to make me approve it first.
Well, that won't work because that's a restricted product. But if you
It didn't used to be.
if you ask Alexa to order a copy of the exact same thing you ordered last, it'll order your entire last order. And it will not ask you for approval because that looks like a natural order because you've already ordered all that shit.
Oh boy, I might have to try that.
I've used that against, I think, about 24 people, and it's worked every time on cue. It's amazing to do around Christmas because the kids' Christmas presents.
Because
Yeah.
fuck their bank account.
Yep. And also, that is a hell of a thing to have to tell Amazon tech support. So
I didn't mean to buy these 4 PS5s, Amazon. Can you take them back?
and the best part is if they afterwards ask what you just said and you say it again, it'll queue up another order and it'll keep doing that. Which makes it even harder for them to go in and clean that up before it ships.
Can you actually make a refund via the voice commands, or do you have to do it?
You
through the app?
cannot. That is restricted, I'm afraid.
So for a while, there was this thing where they had to call the Amazon button, right? And this would Bluetooth to, not Bluetooth, it was actually connect to your Wi-Fi. You push it, and it would reorder whatever item you programmed in there. So like you say you needed more Tide Pods. You put one above.
Oh, yeah.
You push it. That API endpoint is wide open. You should go take a look at that if you're going to, you know.
So I actually have one. I have one right now, and I have it because
I'm surprised that's still around.
Is open. Oh, it's not. It was discontinued, but I still have one because I had one back in the day to order 250 cans of Monster. And every time you pushed a button, it would order 250 cans of Monster. And yes, I would go through those because I had a really unhealthy addiction.
Well, that explains a lot.
Shut up. Anyways, no, that's unadulterated ADHD sledge. The Monster actually calmed me down because I couldn't get Adderall at the time because the state of Georgia sucks. Anyways, so I found out the API endpoint was wide open. So I told all my friends to get one of these buttons, and anytime they'd piss me off, I'd go through and just order shit for them.
I'm trying to zoom in on Havoc. What are you trying to show us?
Yeah. Oh,
well, this is what got me into AWS. I finally found it in my bag.
There you go.
Amazing. Nice to meet you, Dave Kennedy. Who are you, and what have you done for Real Havoc?
They wanted me to put the weight back on. I had to do it now. Oh, this is a good freaking thrift store find. I got a Canon Pixma for $10.
Oh, hell yeah.
These are pretty cool. This is the bigger one, and it does like photo quality printing. Not bad. I love cleaning up the thrift stores.
HP printers are just a nuh-uh.
Yeah, I mean these are fun.
I'm trying to.
These little refills are expensive.
I just want an old dot matrix. Can someone just get me a dot matrix printer? I'm sick of this modern shit. This ain't working.
I'm honestly trying to find an original NES. If anybody wants to sell me one for like $100-$150.
Good luck.
Because I have these.
Sorry, but mine's mine.
I have these cartridges with. There's these little PCBs that you put in them and play. You can put whatever album from whatever artist you want on it, and you can play music through the NES, and it's freaking awesome.
You're
so I just need to get myself an NES.
Like, seriously, talk to Alan about that. Alan has done some interesting stuff with that.
Yes, he has.
So Tazbot. Alan,
to
Alan. He set up some kind of automation for that over a real SNES like hardware. It's really fucking cool. Just do it. Just talk to him.
He was probably part of the project, honestly.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't, because I remember 2 years ago him talking to me about this.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
So I'd be surprised if he wasn't part of the project or if his community wasn't part of the project. So like talk to Alan, like for real. He's a friend of the podcast. Have him on again, even. Like
it's like people come to my house and see all my vinyls, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you want to see my NES cartridges?"
He wonders why he doesn't get laid when he brings dates home.
Well, he's just not bringing the nerdy girls, I'm afraid.
So this reminds me of this story from a couple of years back, many years back now. There's this IRC channel called EMU, And this was around the time the first Nintendo emulator for a computer came out that actually ran in DOS 4GW with the graphics extender. And this dude put out this emulator, and he invited one of his friends who he met on IRC, who went by the handle Mindrape, to look at his source code and give him some feedback. And Mindrape took that source code and essentially forked and sold it to other people who were interested in building emulators, and it caused a big controversy.
That's what we like to call a
community.
dick move.
It was a huge dick move. It actually caused, I think the guy's name was Blood something, to stop developing that program for a while. I think it was Bloodlust, maybe was the guy's name. Cool handles, arguably, Bloodlust and Mindrape.
This is why NDAs are a thing.
Even the friend NDA should be enforced. If somebody dicks you over, you make that known in the community.
Yeah. Tell the rest of the community so we can all curve stomp on my DEF CON.
Yeah, you're never going to get a job again.
Yeah, at least not with any actual hackers. Like, I don't know, enjoy working for Suits for the rest of your life and only with Suits for the rest of your life.
I've only been in a situation like that once, and I talked to a manager, said I forgave, I lied through my freaking teeth, and he got a career, and I just let it go. That's the only time. But there's been several other times where I'm like, nope, this guy can be excommunicated.
Yep.
It reminds me of the CISO who took credit from my senior project and got the job at the hospital. But yeah. A lot of shitty people in this industry. So if you're working on something cool, yeah, by all means share it with your friends and whatnot. But if
make sure they're your actual friends.
Yeah.
Like, this is a reminder that Shut the Fuck Up Friday is great, but there's also plenty of other days to celebrate, such as Mind Your Own Business Monday, Time for ComSex Tuesday, We Didn't See Shit Wednesday, Trust is a Weakness Thursday, and Seriously Silent Saturday. Also, I want to see the warrant Sunday. Like, seriously, all right? Any day that ends with Y is a day to,
well, the last one you said is pretty common for me.
And I say
the
past
cops
Tuesday
keep
is
showing
always
up.
going to be hope it doesn't break Fraud Tuesday.
Yeah.
The sheriff came over again 2 days ago.
Shut the Fuck Up Friday and Seriously Silent Saturday, of course you're going to have I Want to See That Warrant Sunday. All right? FAFO. I'm sorry. Nothing I can do about that.
I got to pull up the video footage, but the sheriff came over again 2 days ago. And it was funny because I posted on Facebook. I was like, am I getting boring? I haven't seen the cops in almost a year. 3 days later, he shows up.
Yeah.
You jinxed yourself, man.
You're the one who asked for the devil to appear. You shall receive.
Scene 1, static interruption.
Just kidding.
Dude. Scene 1, static interruption to cops appear. And now we have to be a completely normal podcast for like 10 minutes.
Well, I mean,
hold your tongue, damn it.
Yeah, it ain't gonna fucking happen.
Evelyn is a cool chick I know. Have you met her, Sledge?
Yeah, I don't know. She seems all right.
I don't think I've met her. I've met somebody. It's pretty cool. I've never heard of her name called Evelyn though.
Yeah, that's a weird name. Like that's really like old and uncommon.
It's a stupid name. Let's forget it. So let's give I lost my train of thought. Why don't you take it over there, Sledge? As I screw up and try to recover. There you go.
Well, let's take it back to let's bitch about working in a corporate environment.
No thanks.
I mean, I don't have a job.
My corporate job where I make money.
Dude, I'm working in a government contract right now, and it's so fucking weird. Like nobody knows how to talk to each other. It's stupid.
So I passed the statute of limitations, so I can talk about when I worked for the government. That's fine.
Okay, go for it. Tell us about your Fedlit days.
I worked for local government, not state or Fed, but the things I saw really kind of bothered me. I was not a big security guy back then. I was just your average nerd. But like the guy who ran the county, the way things were run in general, there was just so much stupidity going on. Like the remote access tool that you could use as a technician to access anybody's workstation wasn't locked down with a password. So if you had said tool, you could remote into any workstation on a flat network.
It's like TeamViewer installed as a server.
Well, fuck. That is
Right.
TeamViewer as a service.
Kind of, yeah. Except that there was no password, and you could just log into anything as long as you're on the LAN. Then I found out not only was it a flat network, but like everything in that government was on that flat network, including these Wi-Fi hotspots that they had at satellite offices, and they used the same WPS pin on everything. So,
Oh boy.
yeah, there's a lot of bad
Wow.
stuff I figured out. Luckily, it's not on my resume anymore because it's aged out, because we're talking over like 12 years ago. But,
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
When you're done with your story, pull up that article you posted about that that vulnerability with that serial number when you you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. So in the airports, okay, they have these Wi-Fi access points is the gist, and I'll find the article. But it's stupid how poorly secured they are, because they are broadcasting in the management frame the serial number for the device. And if you know the serial number for the device, you can log in at the manufacturer side and run arbitrary code on the devices is kind of the gist of it. But the way they figured it out was pretty cool, doing a firmware dump, looking at message queuing or a mosquito protocol, figuring all this stuff out. But it was a mind-blowing kind of thing that this is the same device they're using in the majority of airports, and it was that poorly secured for so long before somebody did that research. And if Sledge, you can find that article faster than me, I'd appreciate it, because I'm digging through multiple chats here and not finding it right yet. But
all right, I should have yours pretty. Give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna guess. Shit, what chat did you put it in?
That's the problem. We have too many chats. There's too many chats, and we'll never see it again. It has gone into the ether. So this was, let's see if I can find it by keyword in recent news. Nope. Nothing.
Oh, that was Wall Street. That's different. Wrong chat. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I can't find it right now. But I mean, I gave a pretty good synopsis. And the gist of it was these security researchers were looking at the device. They looked at the firmware. They did more than just run strings on the firmware. They actually got a full dump of it. They went through it with a fine-tooth comb. They actually managed to unencrypt it. They saw that the way that these base stations to be remotely managed can talk back to their parent, like security operations center, was over a protocol called message queuing, TT, MQTT, Mosquito for short. They looked through source code for Mosquito. They found the connection string. They then figured out that they could parse arbitrary commands into it. They told it to run nc tac-e netcat with tac-e bin bash, and then their IP address, which then spawned a reverse shell back to their device running as root on the device.
That's just stupid. That's like the same exploit that Heartbleed, or the same payload Heartbleed used.
Well, it's a very common payload. If the version of Netcat that's on a device supports that TAC-E flag, that's the easiest way to just get a shell from the damn thing. I mean, yeah, you could also do the bin bash shell, reverse shell trick, or any other number of ways of doing it depending on what's on the box. But if you're already on a box that's got Netcat with it there, why not just use it as your payload? It makes more sense.
Yep.
It's like when I popped that freaking color changing light bulb that I used on an engagement once, I did the same thing. It was running RTOS, and it had a netcat binary on the thing. It didn't have the TAC-E. What I figured out is I could actually at runtime pull down from a precompiled version of netcat, and it would load it into the temp folder that had the TAC-E command, and then boom, it's a shell, and then I'd use that to connect back to me, and then I'd netcat back through it. It was cool, man. And like there's a lot of cool research. Honestly, it wasn't my research, right? I read a paper on it, and I bought the same vulnerable device, which was still vulnerable nearly a year after reading the paper. And I just modified the payload that they used a little bit to work with what I wanted. is like
your research
groundbreaking.
going in your toolbox is what's most important.
I mean, having a light bulb that you can swap out on an engagement, and if you already know the Wi-Fi, that's the hard part, having to carry a socket with you so that you can modify your payload to incorporate the Wi-Fi access point. But
you know what's funny?
It's a really cool freaking way to have a shell.
You just gave me a really good idea because I have a light bulb that is an access point that I could potentially during a physical install somewhere and get network access. That would be a neat idea. Never thought about that.
You want to go with the really cheap Chinese ones by like Govee and other providers because they run
that's what I have.
stripped down. It's got like 4 megs of memory on the thing, and it's running RTOS.
Yeah.
It's literally, and there's a cool program you can pull down for some of these where it'll let you change the color of the light bulb from the command line rather than using their app. Those ones that have access to that program are the same ones that have this issue where you can pretty much compromise them and use them as pivot points. Now, arguably it's not an encrypted pivot, but it's still pretty cool.
I've got the one from, what's his name? Sammy Kamkar, I think, the IoT exploitation kit. That light bulb is so vulnerable, it's stupid. You can see the password in Wireshark.
I have to wonder if this will work. Hey, Alexa, turn all lighting to pink.
Your lighting is now pink.
I'm just looking behind Sludge, and I'm like, well, that was good timing.
It would
have no. I don't have any of that stuff installed.
Well, thank
I just have these cool LED strips.
I do love me some cool LED strips.
Yeah, what you got to do is, hey, Alexa, turn off all devices in all rooms.
That does work.
Anyhow, as far as other cool things that Camcar did, one, if you don't know who Sammy Camcar is, he did the MySpace worm back in the day and has done groundbreaking security research ever since then. One of my favorite projects he did modify the code so it wouldn't work that he published, but it's really trivial if you even know how to code at all, how to fix that. It is Open Sesame, and if you can still find one of those old school IME devices, it'll literally, you flash this on there after you fix it, and it's really not that hard of a fix. It's on like line 162. Then you go and you have this device and you go to a residential neighborhood and you push the button and all the garage doors near you will open. It's freaking great. It's called Open Sesame. I love that. I lost the sledge. Do I still have the alt key?
Yep, I'm right here.
You still have me. I'm trying to find a book, damn it.
A book? What kind of book?
I was trying to make sure I got the name right. I didn't want to misspeak. But now I can't find it.
Oh, no.
Can you find your cat? I like cats. They're cute.
Oh, well. It's the IoT exploitation kit. If anybody wants to look it up, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, Sammy does good work. The guys.
I can't remember if that was Sammy or not, though.
Might have been. I'm not sure. Might have also been one of the guys who does a lot of radio stuff, like Travis Goodspeed. They tend to put out cool stuff.
And I have a broken leg, so I'm literally crawling around the ground right now.
When are we gonna get Drew back on? Because like he's really great with that kind of thing.
When he's got the time, I guess. I mean, he's not good with Mondays. Also, was another reason to switch from Monday. Maybe we do it on Wednesday again. He'll hop on. I mean, Drew is a great guest. Arguably, I learned a lot just from that podcast and asking him questions, and I've nagged him since with stupid questions in our Signal group where I try and pump him for information, and he happily obliges sometimes, which is fun. It's like, yeah, if somebody were interviewing with you and you asked them that question, how would you want the answer to be?
Yep. He has been a really great mentor for me. If it wasn't for the chats we've had at DEF CON over the last 10 years, I probably wouldn't even had the what's the word? Like the gumption to actually try to start a company and an LLC and stuff. Yeah. And after his advice, it started to come to fruition, got working and everything. So now every now and then I'll hit him up and hit some other people up that work with IBM and all these other people, and they work pro bono. And, so it's like free advice basically. So it's good to network. Networking is important.
Networking is important.
Networking is important. I'm very bad at it, so thank you for your help, Sledge.
You're better than you think there, Altkey.
I just have very, very bad social anxiety.
You can Google how to do something and you start doing it, and there's this one small little thing that you can't figure out. And then it's like, I should probably ask somebody about this. And then Drew and some of other people out there are good to reach out to.
What should I do with a box full of IR LEDs?
Give them to me. So you can fuck with the traffic lights?
Yes.
I was thinking of making some hats and just like having some IR LEDs embedded in them.
Oh, no, man. No, dude. Do what the cops do. Turn the traffic lights green.
I mean, an array of these would probably do the job.
I mean, nothing. We totally are not serious. This is definitely just Hollywood hacker drama. Hackers aren't real. Why are you watching this? /S.
They should incorporate actual emoticons into regular language, I think. So you know what people, winky smiley face at the end of sentence.
Oh yeah, I'd be that person. Notice the kitty face.
Hey, remember these? I want to get one of these working again.
Oh
wait,
that broke? How'd you?
Oh shit! I actually have a couple of those. That's burners. Let me see if
I got a couple of them. They're fun. They don't work anymore. Like carriers let you connect these, but it'd be cool if we were working again.
All right, I've got 3 of these guys, and I'm not going to say what country it came from or who bought it for me, but it was in cash. So these are my burners if I ever need one.
Oh, yeah, burners are fun to have in case you ever need them.
Well, I can basically guarantee you none of those came from the Middle East. Don't ask me how I know.
You're a burner.
It was totally the Middle East.
But wait, it hasn't gone boom skis.
I gotta get some of these old ones back up. I gotta find a working FRP bypass for like 2 of these. They're fun though. Ooh, the post-market phone's good. I gotta freaking do something with this. What's a cool project for these nowadays? I heard one where you can essentially spoof a SIM, but outside of that, I haven't seen any cool projects lately for these.
Well, shit, just run Doom on it and call it a day.
I mean, that's kind of trivial. Doom runs on freaking a lot of shit. I gotta find a project for this. I got too much hardware laying around that I have not done projects. I gotta start freaking getting back to that.
Do you think Callie would run on that thing?
Yeah. Post-market OS. This one is I think 4 gigs of RAM. I mean, this will run Kali.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
actually Kali. This is one of the supported devices for the NetHunter.
Oh yeah, just do that. That'd be cool.
In fact, it might actually already be running that if memory serves. I'm pretty sure if I boot off the SD card, it's going to boot into a pretty outdated version of Kali at this point.
I've never actually tried the cell phone versions of Kali, like NetHunter and shit.
So, personal opinion, because NetHunter, I used it a lot when I was younger because teenage girl. No one's ever gonna judge a teenage girl for being on their phone. So I just walk into places, sit down, act like I was your average teenage idiot, and dug into my phone to the point where you can't remove it, and just hack the planet, and then walk on out while I watch the nearest guy with a laptop get blamed. 10 out of 10 would definitely social engineer again, but NetHunter was only really good back when it had the dedicated blobs for the Wi-Fi, which it really doesn't have that capability anymore.
There's another alternative tool. You have to have your phone rooted, but it's called Z-Anti. And it's basically Nmap for Wi-Fi.
I was about to say, you're going to have your phone rooted anyway.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to tell you, no, you don't. You can run this into root. But if you want anything even remotely useful, root your damn phone. Like,
yep.
The Wi-Fi drivers are generally the issue with the phones. If you don't want to use an external card, finding one that has support for both monitor and injection is really difficult.
Yeah,
not many phones are running like RT2800 or an Atheros chipset. There are a few, mind you. There's this cheap Chinese phone my friend who's a developer showed me that had a brick that was so heavy that when he was on his phone, like looking at it like this, he dropped it once and he gave himself a black eye. But that
Yeah,
one
check
actually
that.
had monitor and master mode enabled on the thing, so he could not only toss up a hotspot and all that fun shit, but he could do injection, deauth attacks, capture a handshake, all from the phone.
My burners at the time also did, but they had a problem, and that was they wouldn't work on 4G, so they will not work in the country anymore.
Yeah. Most
So
of them
just
are
get one that
3G
works
these
well
days.
for injection, and just tether that shit to your regular phone over Bluetooth, so you're not occupying the Wi-Fi.
Right.
And just
It
do a
just
Bluetooth tunnel.
that sadly adds a little bit of plausible deniability issue of their why do you have two phones, which is why I
Oh
prefer
boy.
the phone I could mainline.
It's a
Son
work
of a
phone.
bitch. If Drew
It's for
was on
working.
here right now, he would school us. Because he gave a whole talk about 4G, 5G, 3G, and he called it, look at my back end. Gave a
I do want to look at his back end.
That
I
was
mean,
the
nothing.
name of his talk at Black Hat. Look it up.
Oh, I thought that was for only phones. My bad. But yeah, no, we need to get Drew on here for this topic. Let's save that one, let's vlog that one for Drew later. Like,
it's funny because me and him in his Black Hat talk, we were playing around with his Faraday cage, and my phone is on his presentation on the YouTube video because we were spoofing 911 in a Faraday cage. So it was legal. Nothing was going out.
You know, I hate to
I
say
can
it.
talk more about this, but I'm not going to say any more about it. But there's
Let's
a
just get
reason
Drew
we
on
ended
here.
up with a Faraday cage.
Yeah.
Some FRP bypasses, the feature you need to do is call 911, and that's a way to get back into a locked phone, like carrier locked.
Yeah.
The idea behind our project was spoofing 911, texting everybody in the area saying the building's on fire, get out, and they just walk in.
That would be really, really evil, especially if you screw.
But that also generates so much heat, though. Like, you'd need an airlift out of there.
Yeah. Remember when somebody replayed the EAS tones on a radio and it got picked up by multiple stations? And then, yeah.
Oh.
There's a reason you don't F around with those things. You find out very quickly.
Yeah, you find out very quick. Like, there ain't no time to clear the area before the find out happens. Like, it's the difference between a Taco Bell fart and, like, just straight up medical issues.
So many stories that I don't think I can talk about. But
Same. I'm like, can y'all stop tempting me on these?
Have you guys ever heard Jim Brewer's routine called Long Live Paint?
Fuck painting. That's all I have to say.
It's not about painting. It's all right. I gotta put this on it. 4 minutes, 10 seconds. It'll probably get Adrian a copyright strike, but I don't care.
He's already striked.
It's fine.
We already fucked him up. It's cool.
Okay.
Let's say we're already going to get age limited by half the shit I say, so.
Let's talk about dick some more.
I think I got it. So hit present.
Oh, look at it. He automatically figured that one out. Like, second we were like, oh, let's make it dirty. He's like, nope. Okay, I fixed it.
I made it work.
Made it work. Oh, hey. Yeah, we don't have audio, my dude.
No audio? That sucks.
Yeah,
ass.
like I can barely hear that.
No, I hear it. It's just really low.
Yeah, that's
Let's
not going to
try
translate
again.
well over stream.
You guys able to hear that at all, or is it just shit?
It's too low, dude.
Shit.
It's not going to go
Lame.
over well.
Maybe next time.
Actually, it's not even playing. I think your connection's fucking up again.
Have you tried rolling your own VPN?
You. You would be good if we had sponsors and actual money.
It's
like we're ever going to get a sponsor.
We'll call it Mr. Segway over here.
Yeah, the only thing that would fucking sponsor us is an all expenses paid trip to get.
Oh, there we go. Full screen it, turn the volume up.
Dude, that is the volume up.
No, hold on. I heard it until he full screened it. Now I don't hear it. That was weird.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work. But now we have a segue to our sponsor, Gitmo. You want to know what else doesn't work? Your ass.
So
and Gitmo.
hold on. Hey, send me that link. Let me try sharing it from my side.
Private chat.
Yep.
Private chat.
Yeehaw. Y'all motherfuckers don't get to see.
You can do it.
Waiting. Did you send it?
Yes, it's in the private chat. Hit private chat here on the side.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you're on this chat. Okay. I was looking at Signal.
That's not a private chat. That's a Signal chat. And that's something we're probably going to have to say in a few months when Signal gets popped officially.
When somebody says private chat, I think instantly Signal.
As you should, as a good hacker man.
Right. Let's hurry up. Let's hope they get Vela chat like running like pronto, like for realsies, y'all.
Oh boy. Now my bandwidth is.
Oh God, Sledge, you're frozen.
Yeah, my bandwidth is screwing up right now.
Well, check it. You can just take your camera off here. Boosh. There you go. Now play it.
No, he's gone.
He's
I'm
still
here.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
But now he's over there, which is actually kind of funny.
Him? Did you hack his shit?
No, but now that he's over there, I can do this.
Oh.
Remind me how to share. Remind me how to share a
Hit the present button on the bottom middle, and then select a tab.
And also, fuck you for that.
I mean, that's just kinky.
Would you like this one? There you go.
There you go. Also, I hope your website's still doing well, Sledge.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while.
Well, nor have I.
Let's just do a fucking window and call it a day. Let's do this window.
If you share an entire window instead of a screen, you'll have no audio. You go present.
Oh, is that true?
Share screen. Then you click
How
window.
many hackers does it take to share a fucking
Click
screen?
Chrome tab
right.
and just select the damn Chrome tab. That should work fine.
All right, hang on. It's just a Facebook link, so
have it up in the browser.
It's going to be this, and then I'm going to do this, and it should be this. Let's see how this works. I might fail. Let's see.
Give it a shot. Infinitum. You hard failed because you shared your entire freaking thing instead of a Chrome tab. Hard fail there, Sledge. Hard fail. Click present again. Then click screen share. Then click Chrome tab and just select that tab.
Holy tab
amongst your
molies,
thousands of tab molies.
Fucking
dude, I even cleaned it out. I ran out of RAM today, and I cleaned out like 300 tabs.
How much fucking RAM
did you download more RAM, Sledge?
I love that website, dude. If anybody's listening, go to downloadmoreram.com. It's awesome.
And sometimes you can't actually trust Sledge on these things.
Oh, you can always trust Sledge. He'll just bring the hammer on you.
I hit the wrong button. I was trying to take your thing down, but I took Alt key down instead.
Hey!
So look. Yeah. Let's see everything on your computer. That's good. Hopefully you don't have any passwords present. Stop share.
I don't give a fuck.
Stop share. Good. Now hit present again. This time, when it says share screen, you're going to see that Chrome tab area. Pick that one tab for the thing you want to share.
I do not see anything that you're describing.
It's just say choose what to share with StreamYard.com. This site will be able to see the contents of your screen. On the left, you have Chrome tab. In the middle, you have window. On the far side, you have entire screen. Then there's a little thing at the bottom that says also share tab audio. Make sure that is clicked.
I don't see what you're talking about. I see when I click present, I see share screen, image file, video file, camera, PDFs.
Wow. What are you using, a Mac?
No.
So click present and then click share screen at the bottom of present. Jesus Christ,
Okay.
Sledge, I can't believe you got domain admin. How the fuck did you do that?
Very carefully. Okay. All right. I see what you're talking about. Now I can click the actual tab. All right. I think it's this one. If I'm wrong, it'd be hilariously embarrassing, but whatever.
Even better.
Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay, sure.
You tell me I can.
Is that working?
Yes.
So I would call all these other departments and drive them nuts. So this one day, I'm in the hardware department, next department over, and I'm reading about Muammar Gaddafi. In the 80s, he was huge. Big. He was a rock star in the 80s. He was the first one that was like, I do not fear America. You tell me I can no fly zone? You send your military here, you have, I'll shoot you down. I'll shoot you down. It was intense. So, we were like, did he just say he's going to shoot us down? Send a plane. So we sent an Air Force there, and he shot missiles at a U.S. Air Force. He missed. Everyone he missed. And then we bombed his tent. I'm not even trying to be funny. It was a tent, and that's what we bombed. And we missed him. So the point is, it was pretty intense back then with Muammar Gaddafi. Everyone knew who he was. So with that said, I'm reading the paper. The new guy from hardware comes. He goes, excuse me, you work here? I said, yeah, I'm Jim. I work in the paint department, next department over. I was just reading about all this crazy stuff. Like, I might go to war and stuff. Muammar Gaddafi. I go, listen, if you need anything, let me know. Everyone knows me here. He goes, you know what I need? I need you not to be reading a paper in the hardware department. That's a reflection on me. You're young. All you guys are young, and you don't realize that some people, you need to respect the job you work at. I know everything about the craftsman tools. I know everything about the different size of the hammers. And I'm here to help people. You understand? That's what you're really getting paid to do, to help people. So if you work in paint, you can do it for me. Please go back to paint.
And it froze.
Wow, you're serious, huh? You know
Still working for me.
Serious, right? Because, yeah, and they give you a salary, and you should respect that.
There we go.
You're right. So I'm hot-headed, and I go to paint department, and my friend's like, what's big doofy kids? What's the matter? So the new guy kicked me out. He said he knows everything about craftsman tools, and I shouldn't be reading the paper and the hammer, so blah, blah, blah. He goes, give him a call. He doesn't know you're the call guy. He doesn't know you're a clown. Give him a call. So I'm going to call him. I said, what? He said, what are you doing? So I was reading the paper about Muammar Gaddafi. He goes, call us Muammar Gaddafi. I said, that's so stupid, but we'll do it anyway. My hand to God, I'm not even going to exaggerate. I'm not even going to exaggerate this. He's about 50 feet from me. 50 feet. Not yards, feet. I can see him. I hear the phone ringing. I'm not even hiding completely behind the register. My head's sticking up. And this guy's in full view going, here he comes. He's answering. So the guy picks up the phone and he goes, hello, this is Greg. Sears Hardware, Valley Stream, New York. How may I help you? Hand to God. I go, hello. This is the great Muammar Gaddafi. He's listening. I have just sent 6 of my Libyan missiles to blow up the Sears Hardware department. You have 20 minutes to evacuate all of the craftsman tools
Cheers was already dead anyways.
And all of the hammers and the people of the hardware. As long as I am the great Muma Godavi, you remember this, my hardware friend. Long live paint!
Hey, Carolina.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Amazing. Nice to see
More
you.
audio.
And now where the fuck is my cursor? I have too many monitors.
So that's a cutoff one, but I recommend anybody who likes that go look at the full one because he then goes into how the FBI was called, how they evacuated the mall.
Wait a minute. We
Yeah.
missed the FBI part, dude.
Yeah, man, that was cut off, but it's cool. Like, I don't think too many reviewers want to watch the full Jim Brewer thing, but you could probably find it on YouTube really quickly if you want to, and then just share your screen. Just as FBI is called then, right? And he actually gets off by being funny, which is kind of fun. Which is the part I actually wanted to show, but unfortunately I didn't watch the whole clip and realize it was cut short. But still,
Get off by being funny. You know,
Whatever.
You know that sounds like Sledge. That is just Sledge personified. He could do anything. And
long
then just
live paint.
charisma roll, just straight on out of trouble.
Evelyn rolls for charisma. She rolls a nat 1.
Yeah, every time, every damn time. I think I'm funny. I'm really.
She
not,
put all her points in intelligence.
Oh, thank you.
People think
it's
I'm
like 3
joking.
points, but...
People think I'm joking when I say like have a good day or whatever, and I say don't get caught. I'm serious about that.
As you should be, because
Yeah,
that's
I
rule
kind of
number
wish
1.
I would have put all my skill points into something other than the hacking minigame, because that minigame's kind of useless about the supporting skills.
The dual core song, the 10 hack commandments. If you could pull that up and play that, that's some good advice for the noobs who might be watching.
Oh shit! Can you pull up that Sonu? Sonu? I don't even know how the fuck you pronounce that. Go ahead and Sonu real quick.
Sonu, you want me to pull up Sonu?
You're at 2 hours.
Yeah,
16.
that prompt that I gave you.
I'm gonna have to go here shortly because.
No, hang on. This should be hilarious.
Okay.
You have the team sound for me. I need that as like an MP3 or wave.
Can it not pull it, or is that copyright?
I mean, it can inject it in there, but I don't have I gotta like upload it in there. Teams audio, sound, call. Maybe I can find. Let's just type that in there. All these are.
But I was hoping you could just copy and paste what I sent you, and hopefully that would be a good.
I can if I actually have the sound. Otherwise, it's gonna wing it and it's gonna get it bad. That's okay. Microsoft Teams ringtone free. Here we go. Is this it? That's it.
Yeah, there we go. Can barely hear it, but I can hear it.
Yep.
That's the sound.
Gotta give someone in the audience PTSD.
It's supposed to be a hardcore deathcore fucking throwdown mosh pit.
Sledge, you do not need to be in another pit.
Yeah. Well, I gotta let one bone heal before I break another.
Right.
All right, there, Sledge. I'm gonna pull up your prompt there.
I've got a buddy that busted his arm over somebody's head, and we fixed his arm up with plaster of Paris in our kitchen.
Again, checks out, especially with American healthcare. Checks out, but
You want me to do it live? This is gonna probably be pretty horrible, but I'm happy to share the screen.
Fuck it, we do it live.
Hey, it's so fun.
So this is Suno. This is what I use to make some music every now and then. It is AI bullshit, but I like it. It works well for me.
It is a lot of fun, man.
Prompt here, and let's go and paste in what. Ooh, that is not at all what Sledge gave me.
Oh!
How is that still on the keyboard?
Opsuck.
I mean, that was not work nonsense, but still nonsense. Okay, your prompt here is write a song in genre of deathcore about working in a shitty office with the breakdown song being the team's ringtone. All right, grab it, paste it. So I need to actually not style of music, persona. Let's use the nerdcore persona that I made here. No, just let it. I mean, that's the voice from our shit, but okay.
Sledge wants metal, dude.
Just use that prompt. It worked. I made it happy strong. That's why I ran out of credits. It worked.
Okay. There you go. That's what you might do, and I add the audio to it. Unshare the screen so nobody sees all my freaking uploads folder shit.
I think Microsoft Teams is going to trigger a copyright, though, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it probably is. But then again,
I'm just going to hit create from your thing here, and I doubt it's going to work because it's not going to get that sound, but we'll see. And share screen. Let's see how it does.
Oh, you didn't get an error message. There we go. Let's see it. Oh, you got your nerdcore shit.
Yeah, I like it.
I was hoping something I could just punch somebody in the face to.
Style of music, change it to metal, please and thank you for Sledge.
You got it. You got it. 1 second.
That's why I specified genre of deathcore / beatdown.
I get it. I get it.
It understands if you don't specify.
Yeah, I got to switch it back off a custom prompt and just put it in there and re-grab your initial prompt because I closed the damn window. Copy. All right, you really think this is going to work? Because I don't think it's going to get the team sound. But
I think it's going to work. It did not give us an error. I was worried about copyright. I think this is going to work.
All right, I'm just going to select the team's call sound for it, so it's got it, and upload that, and save without trimming, and then add it in so that it has it. And it's uploading, and it'll be there shortly. And reshare the damn screen because I don't want everybody to see my damn stuff there. Okay, it's uploaded, and there we go.
There we go.
This is gonna suck. I've prompted this thing a lot. I think this one's going to suck, but we'll see. I should be sharing audio. Make sure you'll hear this. I'm going to put my mic up. So
let's give her a shot. There we go. That sounds better.
Yeah, this checks out.
It kind of did it.
Every task a coffin now, they die. The set of fire shall stay out. To the baseline. All the grind issues my soul. The coffins make me whole. Lost in screams and dead like sting. Silently screaming out of deja vu. Station behind the desk, I decay. Every task a coffin now, and payday. The scent of donor fills the air. We're trapped in a basement.
Ah.
It's already gone over the place where it would have the team's ringtone.
Yeah, it kind of worked. It tried to work.
I mean, it did
It's
better than I
using-
thought it would.
It was using tablatures and not just the tone.
Yeah, like I said. What we could do is maybe go with custom and then paste those lyrics in, right?
Yeah.
And then go down here under electronic nerdcore, change that back to, what was your genre? You called it
Hardcore, deathcore, beatdown.
hardcore, deathcore, beatdown.
But I think it needs the actual tones from that
Yeah.
thing that we're talking about to go off of.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, it was trying. The tablature was close for the guitars.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh! I seriously just looked at my phone.
I just want to fucking break down around that sound.
Pavlov. Well, so let's try and just grab that piece of the audio right there. Save the trim audio. Let's then upload that. Let's see if that works.
If this works, let's start a band. Because that's how it works these days.
Is it? I was unaware.
Pretty much. I'm in the music scene, and a lot of people get shamed because all their shit is AI.
I don't even know how to use this part of this shit. I've never been over here before.
I've never seen this either.
The Audacity. Don't panic. It's pretty simple, actually.
Is there a play button? Yeah, just hit play.
Well,
and see what happens.
that's because you're editing the Microsoft Teams call audio. You need to edit the generated song and then add this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We'll edit this one then.
All right, give it a minute to load in. All right, now you should be able
there we
to
go.
edit portions.
Oh shit! Let that
All
play.
right. Will that be the bridge there where we're going to put it?
Yeah, you're going
Yeah.
to want that in that.
There's going to be a build up to a breakdown. If you know what a breakdown means, it would be there's a build up and then a breakdown and the chorus.
Yeah, I have no idea how to do this, man. So I don't know where to put
Basically,
it.
right.
Do it.
Basically, right where that line is, I would assume is proper. I think that would work.
All right. I don't know how
Let's
to put
try
it
it.
in from here. Is what I'm saying. I don't know how to do that.
You should be able to
Oh.
add another audio track, and from there you should be able to select said audio track.
I don't even know if that would work. Either way, it's going to be interesting to find out.
3 idiots try and make a song with AI, not knowing how to use the tool.
Well, guys,
fuck
it's like I
around
said, it's
and
at
find
2 hours, almost 2 hours 30. I'm about to have to ditch.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to kind of call it. So, what I think we
We
should
can come
do
back with this song once
is
we
we'll
get this
come
worked
back
out.
next week with a new song. Wow, this is pretty hardcore. Dude, although this sound definitely gives people PTSD, I would argue.
Please stop.
All right.
Use it as PTRI.
That's the sound you want in a mosh pit for people to beat the shit out of each other.
That's fair.
Punch.
So I think for the outro, I'll do another AI generated bullshit song. This time, just a clip of it. Okay. And then we're going to cut out. Thank you all for joining us for the CounterSurveil podcast.
Oh, hang on. Stop sharing your screen and go back to us, and then let's call it.
Yep. Come on. There we go. Hey.
Have a great day. Stay out of trouble. And we'll see you next week. Or soon.
Don't get caught.
Hack the planet!
We're free in the spotlight, chatting through the late night. Smart contracts are lying, auditing, verifying. CounterSurveil in my ear. Security we engineer. Learn the truth, don't disappear. CounterSurveil, we're right here. Crypto dreams and data streams. Listen close, it's closer than it seems.